Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective. Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor. Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM, 97.3.
The power of relevant radio. This is Citi 87.1.
After 6, Friday morning, 11th April 2025. Diana Entry Hamilton, powerful kaleidoscope of Pentecostal praise. We love to start our mornings on a note of praise. Only you are worthy of praise. Only you are worthy of glory. Your glory shines brighter than the sun. It was a rainy night, so it's the morning after that night of rain. Wherever you're listening to us from, trusting that you're safe. And please cautioning you to drive with care. That's right. Some reflections for your morning in Ephesians 4:1. That's the amplified version. Paul says, "So I, the prisoner for the Lord, appeal to you to live a life worthy of the calling to which you have been called. That is to live a life that exhibits godly character, moral courage, personal integrity, and mature behavior. A life that expresses gratitude to God for your salvation." Live a life worthy of the calling to which you have been called. Live a life that exhibits godly character, moral courage, personal integrity, mature behavior, a life that expresses gratitude to God for your salvation. It doesn't get any clearer than that. We call it business sense. So in all you do today, your watchword should be a life that is worthy of your calling. A life worthy of your calling. Whether you're in a studio or you're in a cabinet meeting, whether you're in a trotro, you're in an Uber, you're in a market, you're in school, wherever you are, on the farm, in the fields, live a life worthy of your calling. Business Sense is brought to you by Access Bank. Access Bank is more than banking. So grab the chance to win big in the Access Bank Faketwa Beji Kesia promo. Simply deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis into your new or existing Access Bank current or savings account to join the promo. Increase it to 500 Ghana cedis or more and qualify for a draw. For our youth customers solo accounts, spend 500 Ghana cedis or more with any Access Visa card after your 250 deposit and qualify for a reward. The more you deposit, the higher your chances of winning. So don't sit back, deposit now and stand a chance to win a share of over 500,000 Ghana cedis in cash and other amazing rewards like PS5, iPhone 16, Chromebook, and much more. In our 4 monthly mini draws and 2 mega draws, it's a promo that runs from now to September in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Oh my God. Diana Hamilton. Listen, terms and conditions apply. Join the Faketwa Beji Kesia train. Save now for the future and win big. For more information, visit our website www.ghana.accessbankplc.com. Call us toll free 0800 004400. Access Bank, more than banking.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Faketwa Beji Kesia promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji. As a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class sense. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Gasakra. Fabeji, it's the Access Bank Faketwa Beji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing accounts and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Got mad up that Christmas and beyond, you know, see so.
Jumping into the news review brought to you by Total Excellium Piva Beverages and Fidelity Bank. Pulling up like never before with fuel from Total Energies, amazing 3-in-1 power, additive enriched, powerful 3-in-1 action, cleans your engine, extends its life, lowers your fuel consumption. Pull up with Total Energies and you will drive, sir. You lower your CO2 emissions.
African boy, you see me
Your fuel consumption is also lowered. Experience the difference with Total Energy's Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium, choose quality. Now choose Piva beverages anytime. If you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, we have Piva beverages. Piva cola flavor, Piva orange fruit drink, Piva cocktail fruit drink, Piva grapefruit drink, and Piva tangy fruit drink. Available now at a local store. Call us now 0550-032-231. Piva beverages, a taste you will love. It's an advert that's FDA approved. And from the dreams of youth to the ambitions of adulthood, wherever you are on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, or planning your future, we're here for your journey. Every goal deserves a chance to flourish, and with hard work, dedication, and a strong belief in yourself, the seeds of greatness are within reach. Together, let's turn your dreams into reality. We're here for your journey. Believe with us. Jumping into the news review. Good morning to Bernardino Kokovle, Godfred Akotobuafo, gentlemen. Good morning,
Caleb.
Good morning, Caleb.
Yes,
Caleb,
sir. Yes,
you
sir.
know, yesterday when we were discussing football, you looked lost.
Yes.
So I have decided, I've taken it upon myself
Yes.
that I want to introduce you properly to football.
Really?
And as I have the Volta Region ambassador himself here,
At this late stage of his life.
and you are a native of the Volta region as well. Calm down, listen to
wish you
me.
were.
Calm down. You are a native of the Volta region.
Yes.
Today I've taken it upon myself. I'm taking the two of you to go and watch Division 1.
Some plenty issues.
You know, we are going to watch Hoho United versus Atram Divisa.
I think
Say it after me. Hoho United.
Hoho United.
Atram Divisa.
Atram Divisa.
Atram Omoma Visa.
Atram Divisa.
Atram Divisa.
At Tuba.
I thought Atram's team was at some place.
Yeah, they are based at the Soutum area,
Yes.
but they play at Tuba.
Oh, really? So,
So
near
the-
Kasua.
Yeah, so the two of you today.
Atram Divisa.
Yes, I'm taking you to go and watch the
match.
3.
I hear Division 1 games are highly entertaining.
Yeah.
Should we take live cameras there?
We should take our cameras there. Yeah.
So Hoho United versus Atram Divisa.
Hoho is top of the league.
And somebody wants to knock them off their perch.
I don't know if they can do it. Hoho is too strong.
So is this the qualification for the Premier League?
Yes.
How many teams qualify?
1
Oh, as in from each zone.
from each zone.
And how many zones are there?
4.
My God.
You let me see.
3 or 4?
Zone 1, zone 3. Yes.
I see.
3 zones.
So Hoho United is gunning for Premier League.
Yes, here and then All Blacks on the other side, and then the other one too. They will do their thing.
Oh, so
there.
it's like a no. Oh, wow. We'll talk about that later
Yes.
on.
So I'll take the two of you
Tell
there.
Godfred I have more important problems this morning.
No, this is a very important. You see, your life cannot be just flowers and galamsey. Front page of
You came to finish me.
No, please qualify the Galamsey.
yes,
This is
not
the
not
legal
that
type.
one.
Uh-huh.
Front page of Daily Graphic, and this is a very, very, very serious matter that needs to be dealt with. I think
yes.
the whole nation needs to rally. Boku conflict claims over 300 lives. Institutions, workers flee from danger. $2.5 billion needed to eliminate educational infrastructure deficit, according to the minister. Small-scale mining license review committee inaugurated. Plaintiff files statement of case on CJ removal.
The Ghanaian Times circular economy project gets boost. SMEs allocated $4.3 million for sustainable plastic waste management. Also, government explores cheaper power option for Valco. According to the lands minister, no more NHIS statutory payment delays. Deputy Finance Minister and RegSec pulls down illegal structures at Weja, Dansuman, Ramsar site. So that's very close to your place.
I'll take you to the front page of the Herald newspaper this morning. Ayaboafo refused cash for contract claim in GBC boss reappointment. Second DMP files 10 million Ghana cedi lawsuit. Minority leader pleaded with NIB to suspend Intim Fojo's arrest. Vanderpoel reveals, and the paper also reports this morning that several Oforiatta family members named in TDC land grab.
Moving on to the Chronicle, Educhum to contest MPP presidential primary. It's a big question on pages 3 and 5. Donates 100,000 cedis, 200 bags of cement to rebuild Edum market.
Okay.
In other headlines, journalist. This journalist is in court over alleged 1.7 million cedi extortion charge. And then King Zuba confirmed as mayor of Kumasi. I didn't know Oforiajiman's nickname was Kinzuba. Meanwhile, health benefits of guava fruit and leaves. There's a very interesting story here. I'm tired of living abroad. Man cries out. Yes, there's a Ghanaian who says, back to Krum.
He's welcome. Front page of the Daily Guide, Bernard, this morning. Educhum gives Edum fire victims. Educhum gives Edum fire victims 100,000 Ghana cedis.
Intense.
Bags of cement.
Edum.
Yes.
Then 10 times 10 is 100, right?
Yes.
Powerful.
Bags of cement. Ayariga police commander's house set ablaze in Boku. Yes, also on the front page of the
That's a very troubling one. The news center leads with NDC doubles down on pledge to quickly end double track. Haruna Idris's photograph here. BOG CEOs of banks brainstorm of 100 basis point hike in policy rate. TUC vows to resist ECG privatization, and Baumia decries security intimidation and harassment. Meanwhile, MTN has unveiled its year-long strategy to transform SMEs.
The front page of the Ghanaian publisher has the Baumia and NIB story. The reasons petitioners want the CJ removed.
The Informer has a very interesting headline. Ramsar site encroachment. Chinese company defies president's order. Meanwhile, Kpando MCA promises action. Okada riders warn Mahama over age restriction and questionable cocaine aircraft saga. Minority bare teeth at government over alleged intimidation.
Front page of the Inquisitor this morning, they're also dealing with the Ghana Airports Company and airlines and alleged money laundering. Finance Ministry sets desk to enforce PFM Act. Bolgatanga Airport construction site inspected.
Meanwhile, the publisher, the new one, says another Prayer wins court case challenging his electoral victory. That's on page 2. NDC burns party office in Mampong. And then Dr. Abdul Hamid honored for leading ARDA to new heights.
The Daily Post also reports of the TDC and Oforiata family and land issues. Cocoa Board CEO outlines strategic roadmap for cocoa sector recovery in maiden staff engagement.
The Daily Gist says Mahama picks to say 4 others for Supreme Court. Also, Cocoa Board fumbles over cocoa price. A+ sets silly trap. The silly is in court for AG Aine over financial deals. And Baumia takes on government over persecution of MPP officials.
Okay, let me take you online. Boko Ayariga condemns violence, backs to force peace efforts, restore discipline in senior high schools. This is Education Minister to GES. Now, TUC to government punish those behind ECG container scandal. And there's more. Mahama government appears clueless in Galamsey fight. This is Arocha, Ghana. And we are told TDC alleges irregular sale of Community 24 lands to Furiata Family Associates. Kumasi Mayor orders traders off pavements ahead of decongestion exercise. Government demolishes structures at Wager Ramsar site. Kitech defies orders, we are told. And across street lights, N1 and Spintex Road still in darkness after a 50-day ultimatum. Sad one here. Help save my daughter's sight. Mother of 16-year-old girl hit by bullet cries for support. Channel 1 Newsroom.com. Kantamanto traders strike over OR Foundation's alleged attack on their trade. And we are told that Ayariga attacks won't distract me from pursuing peace in Boko. Anodompe says NDC. Okay, on Anodompe, NDC rejects court's ruling, vows to appeal. Galamsey fight not getting any better. This is Daraboso of Arocha. If you go to my Joy online quickly, you have these stories. There was zero investment in ECG during Akufoado's first tenure. This is too big. Chaos in Asante Mampong as angry NDC supporters vandalize property, set items ablaze. If you go to BBC quickly, after a dramatic week, is Trump any closer to his trade goals? And gold hits record high as Asian markets fall again over Trump's tariff uncertainty.
All right.
What is Trump's China tariff strategy? That's the big question still on CNN.
Maybe start with the Boku story.
Yes, I'm starting from Boku.
I'll bring you some regional issues.
I'll start from Boku on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Gilbert Mauli Agbe reports that the protracted Boku conflict spanning several decades has claimed over 300 lives since November 2021, leaving a devastating impact on the socio-economic lives of the thousands of people living in the towns and adjoining districts. The Nigen dispute between the Kusasis and Mampusis seems to be eroding all the gains chalked up by the municipality over the years and turning Boko into a ghost town due to heightened insecurity. Last Wednesday, a renewed clash between some irate youths and some personnel of the Ghana Police Service led to the death of one person, with 4 others severely injured from gunshot wounds. In a swift response, the IGP, Christian Teteyohuno, yesterday led a strong delegation made up of operation, investigation, and intelligence officers to Boko to attain first-hand knowledge and assess the security situation on the ground. So there's a lot of monitoring happening on the reporter also indicates that economic activities are currently at a standstill, as many are afraid of being caught up in a crossfire. Apparently teachers have left, nurses have left, doctors have left.
It's a big now the MP himself sent a statement early this morning.
That's right.
Which is on citynewsroom.com.
It's here. He's condemning violence and he's backing Otumfo's peace efforts. There's a quote here quickly. I want to assure the people of Boko and Kusau, whom I represent, that I remain resolute and committed to a lasting solution of the matter according to the well-established laws and judicial decisions.
He also asked that citizens of Boko should disregard the lies being told about him by political detractors and people seeking shamelessly to take advantage of the current unfortunate situation in Boko and Kusau to settle personal electoral political scores. He says the smear campaign on social media will not distract him. In the end, we will be vindicated. So the government takes a very serious view of this, and I think that they need to really heighten their efforts to bring peace to the area.
Yes, also Daily Guide reports that there was also reported setting ablaze of the residences of the majority leader, Mahama Yariga.
Actually, that's the title of his press release. I just read a different portions. Basically, whilst he was
the divisional police commander.
So he was attending an official assignment out of the country and learnt of the issue that happened. So first story is Boko. Second story, I'm bringing you 2 related stories. Rexec pulls down illegal structures at Wejad and Suman Ramsar site.
That's right.
But Chinese company defies president's order. So I don't know which is which. Now, the Ghanaian Times, page 11, says some illegal structures erected at Wejad and Suman Ramsar sites yesterday were pulled down by Greater Accra Regional Security Council and the minister. This was the directive from the president to immediately implement measures to restore the Ramsar site and water retention basins at Malam Junction in Accra. Now, the Ghanaian Times observed that the site, which lies beneath the Malam Junction interchange, has virtually been filled with gravel and turned into a plain field in readiness for habitation by the private firm Kitech Motors, while a lot of permanent buildings were erected at Dansoman Ramsar site. While some in the flood-prone area were completely pulled down, other buildings had their walls demolished to serve as a warning to the property owners before they could be served official notice to evacuate. Now, this was led by Regional Minister Linda Kwele Oklu. In an interview with journalists, she expressed her disappointment at the Wejak Municipal Assembly and the Blekuma West Municipal Assembly for allowing such illegal activities to continue. Now, while this is going on, the Informer is reporting that the company Kitech defied government's directive to reverse this illegal reclamation of portions of the Wejak Ramsar site. Now, according to the paper, the company has failed in question to carry out the president's order, and therefore it led to the demolition. So the Greater Accra Regional Minister, during a visit, said the government will not hesitate to crack the whip by demolishing all unauthorized structures. I'm not sure whether there are others which have been not yet demolished. So part of the place, the structures were pulled down. But from the angle of the Informer, there are still things that need to be done by the company which have not been done yet.
Let me tell you about still land and municipalities. Let me stay with the Herald on page 3. They are reporting that the Tema Development Company Limited has disclosed that its preliminary investigations have uncovered the irregular sale of several parcels of land in Tema Community 24 to individuals linked to the named members of the Furata family, including a biological brother of the former minister. The revelation follows an internal review across various departments within the company, which has triggered calls for an external investigation due to what the TDC describes as significant irregularities. You want details? Get a copy of the Herald newspaper.
Now, Kumasi Mayor is ordering traders off pavements ahead of decongestion exercise. So, newly confirmed Chief Executive of the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly KMA, Richard Ofori Ajeman Buedi, has issued a strong warning to traders operating on pavements within the Central Business District and Central Market to vacate their spots immediately. The directive forms part of a major decongestion campaign set to begin next week, aimed at restoring order and improving movement across the city. The Kumasi mayor, who secured overwhelming support from assembly members, assumed office with a firm commitment to tackle congestion, an issue that has long plagued the metropolis. Now still in the Ashanti region, because in Asante Mampong, angry NDC youth burned party property over MCE nomination. Some irate supporters of the NDC in the Asante Mampong constituency of the Ashanti region on Thursday stormed the party's constituency office, vandalized property and set items ablaze outside the premises. The protest, according to the aggrieved youth, was triggered by reports that one Esther Jumo had been nominated for the MCE position, a move they vehemently opposed. But that's not how to oppose a nominee who
let me bring you a few politically related stories. Baumia decries security, intimidation, harassment. This is the third page of the news center. Former Vice President and 2024 presidential candidate of MPP, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, has strongly condemned the political misuse of state security agencies, urging President Mahama to take immediate actions to prevent such incidents. His comments come in the wake of the botched attempt by operatives of the NIB to arrest MP for Asin South, Reverend John Intim Fojo. Now, in a statement released after visiting the MP, Dr. Baumia described the attempt to arrest Reverend Fojo as an unfortunate political persecution. He condemned the use of security forces for political purposes, warning that such actions represent a dangerous descent into lawlessness and intimidation.
Let me take you to the Daily Guide and tell you about Edum, which seems to have become a rallying point for potential presidential candidates.
You know what is good for you, go and donate.
For the MPP.
Yes,
so on page 3, it is now the turn of the former Minister of Education, Educhum, and Escofedu reports that he has extended a helping hand to the victims of the fire that ravaged the market. Dr. Educhum visited the site to express his condolences to the traders yesterday, described the scene as heartbreaking. Quote, "I am saddened to see how years of struggle by the traders to build their businesses has gone down the drain as a result of the inferno." According to the report, he donated 100,000 Ghana cedis.
Well, the Chronicles angle to what you read is more upfront. Educhum to contest presidential primary.
Okay.
So they have basically linked the donation and other issues to a possible bid. Now, the appearance of Dr. Osei Educhum, former Minister for Education at Edum Blue Light in Kumasi, to commiserate with recent fire victims seems to have given credence to the speculations that he will contest the MPP presidential primary somewhere next year. Though the education is credited for transforming the educational sector, and Akufo-Addo has not officially announced his intention to contest the primary, his appearance as a suburb of Kumasi, which was recently consumed by fire, according to reliable sources, enough evidence that he would apply for the top MPP job.
Okay.
So we are told Dr. Educhum is the third politician from the MPP to visit the Bent market. So we have Dr. Baumia went there, Jekum also went there, and now Educhum has gone there.
But Napo has been there though.
So that's actually four.
Yeah.
Four key
all of them
figures,
have been there.
4 key figures in the MPP, among others. So we watch this space.
Like don't go. On page 29 or 29 of the Daily Graphic, Caleb, a rather bizarre story here. Retiree sues Governor Addison BOG over city depreciation.
Are you kidding me?
A Ghanaian retiree has dragged the Bank of Ghana and its immediate past governor, Dr. Ernest Addison, to court, citing gross negligence in the management of the Ghana City. In a writ filed at the Accra High Court, the plaintiff, Balbre Violet Allen, a resident of Adabraka, avers that when the governor assumed office in February 2017, the cedi to dollar exchange rate was 4 cedis to a dollar. However, by February 3 this year, when the governor proceeded on terminal leave, the rate had surged to 15 cedis to $1, representing a depreciation of approximately 264%. The plaintiff claims that the significant decline in the value of the cedi has caused substantial losses in the value and purchasing power of her investments in government treasuries, particularly ESLA bonds.
Let me give you 2 quick developments. Circular economy project gets boost. SMEs allocated 4.35 million USD for sustainable plastic waste management. Ghanaian Times, page 12. The first tranche of a $4.3 million allocated to the small medium-sized enterprise under the country's circular economy project has been disbursed. Now the project is geared towards helping the country move towards reducing plastic pollution, especially in oceans and waterways, as well as developing a circular economy. Speaking at the event, Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation Murtala Ibrahim Mohammed expressed his commitment, to transparency and accountability. He said he would personally monitor how the money is used and made it clear that he expects the funds to be used strictly for the intended purpose. And finally here, government explores cheaper ways or cheaper options for Valco. Now, this is the lands minister, so that's quite interesting. I thought he'd be talking more Galamsey, but hey, the government is considering a viable, cheap power option for the Volta Aluminium Company for smelting to enable the country derive maximum benefit from its bauxite resources. Of course, yeah, that's correct, right? The bauxite is lands, natural resources. The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakofibua, has said, he said the objective of the government was to achieve the dream of a fully integrated industry as envisioned by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Mr. Mbua disclosed this in Accra yesterday when he paid a working visit to the GIADEC, accompanied by his deputy Yusuf Sulemana and some senior officials at the ministry.
Two quick ones from me. Mahama government appears clueless in Galamsey fight. Arocha Ghana is speaking on citynewsroom.com. Deputy Director of Arocha Ghana, Darrell Bosso, has criticized the Mahama-led administration for its perceived failure to tackle illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey. Now, speaking on City FM's Eyewitness News on Thursday, Darrell Bosso pointed to the transitional period after former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's concession of defeat to John Dramani Mahama as a critical window during which illegal miners took advantage of weakened leadership. According to him, political elites and law enforcement appeared disengaged during the transition, which created an opportunity for illegal miners to evade and exploit vulnerable areas. We will make Ghana ungovernable if Intim Fojo is arrested. This is Salam Mustafa speaking on Channel 1 Newsroom.com. National Youth Organizer of the National New Patriotic Party, Salam Mustafa, has warned the governing National Democratic Congress, vowing to mobilize party supporters and make the country ungovernable if government continues with alleged plans to arrest MP.
Let me give you something related to the mining sector. There's a back page story here. Gold Coast Refining offers government 15% carry interest. So this is the Gold Coast Refining, the biggest refining in West Africa, has offered 15% share of its profits to the government as its contribution toward the streamlining of the country's gold sector. The carried interest, which would be handled by the newly constituted Gold Board on behalf of the country, is in recognition of the support the refinery received from government during its establishment and the desire to streamline gold trade across the entire value chain. Meanwhile, the ICU, Industrial and Commercial Workers Union, has appealed to the government to enforce the textile tax stamp and registration laws on textile designs to help prevent activities of piracy by foreigners in the textile industry.
And if you let's go global on page 5 of the Daily Graphic, reports that trade tensions, 8 cuts won't trigger Africa credit downgrades. Also in Gabon, they are preparing for a first presidential election since the 2023 coup. But the person who did the coup is contesting the election.
Welcome to Africa.
All right, that's it for the news review.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055 00 322 31. Piva, a taste you'd love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Go me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go, the go. Yo, Anna. Excellium is the designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Let's go. My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out there your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know it's out there your side. And when you dream, no say I live for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I live for you. Many want. If I believe I live your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I live your side, fidelity.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Time for City Business News, brought to you by MTN Girl and EcoBank. And Nashika Caesar is here with all you need to know in the world of business. Good morning, Na.
Good morning, Caleb. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, energy sector players demand establishment of clear timelines to hold authorities accountable in the fight against galamsey. Also coming up, Trade Union Congress calls for introduction of a living allowance to improve pay and compensation of workers. And later, Ghana Union of Traders Association supports second-hand clothing dealers amid their protest against attempt to dismantle industry. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. Some stakeholders in the energy sector are calling on the government to establish clear time frame to hold authorities more accountable in addressing illegal mining activities, commonly known as galamsey. They allege that many of those involved in these activities belong to the political elite and should be dealt with. Despite the government's indication of dealing with galamsey as a long-term responsibility, the Executive Director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, Benjamin Nsia, believes setting a specific period will help tackle the issue decisively.
What I think we need to do as a country is to have time frame within which we will be able to solve these particular problem. And within that time frame, we should be able to identify the drivers of unsustainable mining or galamsey in Ghana. One, we can use a theory like the gun theory, which has been used in explaining why people are corrupt. And using the gun theory, we have the G in the gun, which stands for greed. We have opportunity. People with opportunity who wants to engage in galamsey. We have people who are into galamsey because of need, and also have people who are into galamsey because of the exposure they have at the top level of governance.
Benjamin Nsia is the Executive Director of the Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy. Moving on, the Trade Union Congress is urging the government to improve pay and compensation for workers by introducing a living allowance. The TUC Secretary General Joshua Ansah says such support is crucial to cushion Ghanaian workers amid rising living costs. He believes that better wages will lead to improved productivity and overall national development. The union is calling for swift government action to address the economic challenges confronting the workforce.
Nobody in this country can say that salaries are okay for workers. But I think that we must do something about it to ensure that workers are paid adequately so that they can also do their best and produce their best. And when we talk about productivity, we need to satisfy both sides. Workers might be satisfied, employers might be satisfied, government might be satisfied. If all these three parties are well catered for, I think that productivity will begin to grow in this very country.
You had the Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress, Joshua Ansah. Now, the Ghana Union of Traders Association GUTA says it will not hesitate to stage a nationwide protest in solidarity with second-hand clothing dealers amid what it describes as a deliberate campaign to dismantle the industry. This follows a strike action declared by the Ghana Used Clothing Dealers Association on Thursday in response to what they call sustained defamatory statements and publications by the Oral Foundation, an organization known for its criticism of Ghana's thriving second-hand clothing trade. Speaking at a press briefing, the president of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obin, opined that a union will not stand idle while efforts are made to undermine a sector that provides employment for thousands and drives informal sector commerce.
Elsewhere, in any other African country, these people would have been vanished by now. If care is not taken, we are going to throw away civility to the dogs, and then do what is needful. But when it comes to our place of trade, nobody has the right. Nobody gave these people the mandate to come to this market. What locus is there? Are they the trade ministers? What locus do they have as an NGO to cause a seed of discontent among ourselves? We are not going to allow that. And we call for immediate forensic audit, investigation into the activities of this fraudulent group called All Foundation. We are not going to sit down. We call for accountability. Now that there's a seeming division with the traders here, it means that if care is not taken, it's going to create a very big fight among ourselves. And that's what we want to avoid. The government should step in as early as possible before we call a nationwide demonstration.
That was the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph Obin. Now let's have a quick market check on the currency board across some forex bureaus. The dollar is going for 15 cedis, 85 pesos, while the British pound is going for 20 cedis, 3 pesos, and the euro 16 cedis, 50 pesos. Remember that these are the rates being offered by the forex bureaus to the public. And that's all for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goyle, and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
At 7:58, shortly we'll bring you the business edition. A conversation you will love. Just wait for it, I'll tell you about it shortly. But every day, people face different emergencies. Police, fire, medical emergency, you just name it. How many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers? Well, here's one that you don't want to forget. *770#. Yes, *770# is the new EcoBank money emergency number. *770# gives you instant access to loans, funds transfer, utility payments, airtime, data purchase, so much more, even without data. Oh yeah, there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. So dial *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. I know you're looking for the best value data and voice offers that are tailored to your unique needs. that exists at Telecel, because at Telecel we understand everyone has their own preference. That's why we've made the unbeatable Made For Me bundles just for you. The Made For Me bundles are affordable, customized data and voice packages personalized for you. Simply dial star 530 hash or download the Telecel Play app to subscribe to your special Made For Me bundle. Telecel, connecting energies. Come on. All right. This is Ghana, Charlie. That's the tune from Ghana. And you only get deceived if you're not sure of what you're buying or you don't really know the market. When it comes to water storage tanks, the name we all know is Polytank. It has been with us for over 30 years and has been trusted by all generations. Make no mistake, sir. Always choose Polytank for guaranteed quality, ma'am. It's available at the same price across the country at Polytank partner shops, be it Rumble, Hippo, Sumo, or Super Sumo. Durability is always assured. Polytank, the original. Polytank, always the best. Polytank, Papano, and Gaza. Caution though, Polytank does not request for Momo payments online. So the Let's Shareholder Don't Come campaign has come to you because you deserve financial peace. Oh, financial peace. Who doesn't like it? Life comes with financial challenges, but with Let's Shareholder, you don't have to face them alone. From now until April 30, 2025, we've reduced our interest rates just for you. So whether it's education, rent, or unexpected expenses, we've got the right loan to meet your needs. Simply WhatsApp or call Nana. Tell Nana I said you should WhatsApp or call him 0270 040 799 or 0270 040 733. Let's make life easier together. Act now before the offer ends. T's and C's apply. Let's share whole. Let's improve life. So bringing you back this conversation with techpreneur David Kwabena Bolton. Talk about his life, technology, entrepreneurship, creativity, and all the things around them. This was a conversation Bernard had with him earlier, reflecting and celebrating the life of Herman Chenry Hesse. We're bringing you that right back. It was a good one. I loved it. I know you loved it, and it's great to have it once again. In the meantime, sending money to Nigeria, Gambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and now Kenya, Djibouti, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. My goodness, it's much easier and convenient and exciting. Through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement Systems PAPS, you can now send and receive money from Nigeria, Gambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, Kenya, Djibouti, Zambia, and Zimbabwe in minutes for business and personal purposes. All you need to do is to visit any First Bank Ghana branch with your cash, and your money is transferred in no time. We are nationwide. Just find our branch. Go with your money and your cash is transferred in no time. To receive money, you will need an account with us. It's one way we'll put you first. For more information on PAPS, please call 0596 921 921. First Bank, certainly you first. It's 13 after 7, bringing you a riveting conversation with David Kwabena Bolton. Enjoy.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Until I find my real side, I'm gonna get me some love.
And welcome to another edition of the business edition here on Citi FM. And I'm very happy to say we're continuing conversations around technology, around entrepreneurship, around creativity, around Pan-Africanism, and around excellence. These are words that describe accurately Herman Chenry Hesse, who was laid to rest in the first week of November. And we're talking to people who knew him, worked with him, and just to remember his legacy, but through a very different means. So today my guest is David Kwabena Bolton, who's a techpreneur musician who broke through the Ghanaian scene age 17, developing some fantastic software, got a big contract to do some great work for the country, and he's lived up to expectation, still creating, still leading, and he's joined us. David, good to have you. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. So I don't remember, it was sometime in 1990, it was a front page newspaper, I think it was a Spectator, and there's a computer whiz kid developed something.
Right.
I think you had dreadlocks or longer hair.
I had long hair.
You had long hair.
Michael Jackson was my role model.
This is 19. Was it 90 or 91?
This is 1990.
And you were 17.
I was 17. Yeah.
So what had you developed?
So by that time, I developed medical software. So it's actually software that ran clinics in the UK. So yeah. So it was all based over there.
Age 17.
Yeah, I was actually 16 when I first started that.
Were you in school then, or?
I was in school. I was in high school. Yeah.
In the UK.
In the UK. Yeah.
So but you were in Ghana too. Were you sort of living in Ghana in the UK?
No, at that point, my mother's Ghanaian and my father was Scottish.
Okay.
So I was born in London.
Okay.
And grew up there. So I'd been to Ghana, I think, when I was 2 years, and then when I was 4 years.
Okay.
And then after that.
All the way there.
Yeah.
So when you came on the front page in 1990, you had come to Ghana a couple of times.
No, a couple of times, yeah, but I couldn't even remember.
Oh,
I couldn't even remember those trips. Yeah.
What was it that you invented that got you that front page?
Well, it was one of a number of products. I actually started business when I was 12 years old.
No kidding.
In the UK, yeah. So I was in secondary school, and I started developing software.
Wow.
So instead of developing games, I was doing business applications. So things like inventory control, accounting systems, payroll, those sorts of things. And obviously it was quite unusual. This was before the internet days, so it's quite unusual. So I got a lot of publicity. And then my family doctor, Dr. Smith, may his soul rest in peace, he was so supportive. Because my father was not well-to-do. I mean, he was a jack of all trades, if you like. He was extremely intelligent, extremely smart, but misdirected. so we were basically living on the breadline.
Wow.
So, but one thing my father did was instilled so much discipline in me. So that, for instance, when I would get home from school, and he would make sure I finished my homework, then he would give me extra homework.
Wow.
So I remember I used to hate him those days because my friends would come knocking on the door.
They want to go play.
Go and play. And he said,
you're doing extra work.
I have to do extra work. But it paid off because it gave me that sense of discipline. And I guess because also I was kind of an outcast in the UK. This was in the
mid to late
70s, early 80s.
Early 80s,
and racism was still a very big thing. And because my father was white, we were living in a white area.
Oh God! And
so I remember primary school, I was the only black kid.
Gosh.
Secondary school, it wasn't until year 3 that another Nigerian boy came to join the school. The whole secondary school,
The whole school?
Yeah. And it was one of these, it was a grammar school which was founded in 1615. So you can imagine the sorts of people, I just got in because I happened to do well in the exams, and then I got a scholarship there.
Wow.
But, but then that even made things more difficult because, I didn't really fit in. It was just through my brain power that I got in there.
Why computing though? Because yes, computers existed from the 70s, but as you rightly said, internet was probably early 90s.
Early 90s,
So, but you were doing software and stuff in the early 80s, mid 80s. How did that even occur to you?
It's a good question. That's something I ask myself all the time. But I think one, it was my sense of I like to explore. So and I like to create. So being able to create something from nothing, which basically that's what coding is. You're there with a clean slate, literally. There's not a line of code, and then you have to create something that is a productive tool, whether it be a game, whether it be a spreadsheet, whether it be an accounting system or whatever. So I think that challenge really, it got me. So I just kept on developing until my father, who was an odd job man, essentially, some of the rich people that he was working for needed spreadsheets. They needed software. So he was so proud of me. I mean, he would always boast to them how good I was and all of that. Some of them gave me the chance to actually develop software for them. And that's how it all grew.
So 12, 13, 14, you were in school, you're developing software.
Yeah.
And this is for business.
For business,
not games.
No, not games.
So were you self-taught
Yes. Yes, I was self-taught. I mean, what those days there used to be these monthly magazines, computer magazines, and they had cassettes. Those days, this was before the days of the floppy disk.
Wow.
Forget the hard disk. There was not even a hard disk at those times. So it was cassettes, and they would come with a magazine, and then it would have pages and pages of code, which you would then have to basically type in, and it could take you days to type it all in, and the cassette also had accompanying code. But most of the time the cassette was damaged, so you couldn't actually load it. So you had to basically type it all in, and there would be invariably syntax errors, mistakes, which you then have to go through and figure out why. I often think they put that in there on purpose to make sure that people would try and work out how to correct the problems and get the programs working.
Wow.
So it was like a puzzle. You get me? So I just found it so challenging, so interesting.
Amazing. So then by the time that you burst onto the Ghanaian scene, you had done a few things in the UK already.
Yeah. I mean, I'd made my first £1 million in the UK before I came to Ghana.
Before age 17.
Yeah.
Your
Before I
first
came to
£1 million. Gosh.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, I didn't even feel it.
It's unfathomable.
Yeah. And this was, this was 1989, 1990.
It means you were way ahead of your time, way ahead of the market. Because I guess one of the ways of adding value to society is to be ahead of the curve.
Yeah, but sometimes you can be a bit too far.
You were too far.
That's the problem. Yeah. So
no. So I'll come to Herman and music, but I'm trying to sort of fit the story so we can get to the logical part where you met Herman. So then, you in 1990, at least I heard of you, and then at what point did you get to meet Herman? What was the how did the story connect?
How did I end up in Ghana, basically?
Yes.
So, because of everything I was doing, I was on television virtually every day. I was on radio, I was in the newspapers, and my father would keep stacks and stacks of all the press cuttings and so on. So there was one particular interview. It was a breakfast TV show called, I think, Good Morning TV or something. I've forgotten it. TV AM, that was it, TV AM. And then for the first time, I mentioned that my mother was Ghanaian.
So this is in the UK?
This is in the UK. I'd never mentioned it before. So then there was this magazine, I don't know if you remember West Africa.
Yes.
West so Africa one of the journalists saw that interview, immediately contacted my father and came and did an interview. So I was then on the front page of West Africa magazine.
Cameron Dodo and Co. were writing for that newspaper magazine.
Okay. I don't remember who
did the interview.
Who did the interview.
So then they came to London to meet you to do an interview.
Yes,
for the front page of West Africa magazine.
Yeah, so there I was with my long flowing hair.
That was big.
Yeah, it was. So then that got to the attention of Chairman Rawlings. Okay. So he then instructed...
and being the Rawlings we know, he would call for you.
Exactly, yeah. So we had a call from the High Commission in London.
Yeah.
Was it KB Annan? I think he was the High Commissioner at the time.
Wow.
Called us over, my father and myself. I remember in all of this, I was still a minor. So my father had to basically accompany me and all of that. He drove me around, and I had a Porsche when I was 15. And he had to drive me. He had to drive me around.
Your long flowing hair.
So basically the information was Chairman Rawlings wants you to come to Ghana.
Wow.
And serve your country, basically.
Had you heard of him before this?
Yes, but not in a good light, because at that time he was portrayed as a dictator, and my mother also didn't have a great opinion of Ghana.
But she was in Ghana.
She was in London.
She was in London with you.
She moved to London in the 60s.
Oh.
And then met my father there and married.
So both of them were living in London.
In London, yeah. My father used to come back to Ghana all the time. He loved it here. So as soon as he said, let's go. My mum, it caused a huge fight at home.
Oh gosh.
But then anyway, so I ended up in Ghana, and essentially I fell in love. I found my home. Let me put it like that, because I have so much family here.
Yeah.
I was installed as a chief. That was the other reason why my mother never wanted me to come to Ghana, because she said as soon as you come, they will install you.
Where is she from?
Ekumfi Otuam. So Atta Mills.
I don't even know how to say this. So your father's Scottish, your mother's Ghanaian. That's very Rawlings.
Yes.
And then you're from Mills's hometown.
Exactly. Yeah.
You were born for the presidency. I wonder what happened. God.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they installed you a chief,
Yeah.
and Rawlings said you should come and work for the country, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah. So
at 17.
At 17. Yeah.
So what project did he give you?
The very first project was actually to computerize the airport.
Straight off the bat.
Yeah, KIA.
The airport you landed.
It was an interesting story because there was actually a tender.
All right.
And the cheapest bid was $7 million back then.
All right.
I came in and then quoted $298,000 for the same thing. So
you came to spoil the market.
When you saw that, I didn't realize I was creating enemies.
You destroyed the market in your first business.
I didn't realize I created so many enemies.
200 and how much thousand?
298,000. I remember that contract sum clearly.
And Rawlings says we are going with this guy.
Yeah. And so he actually, they wanted to go with the 7 million.
Yeah.
Because obviously
it sounded reasonable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for their pockets.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So there was a lot of resistance, should I say?
Wow.
So basically, he called the board. I remember at one point he called the board chairman. One night I was at the castle with him, and at that point I was so frustrated that I was ready to go back to the UK. He called the board chairman and said, "Look, if you don't sign the contract by tomorrow morning, I'm dissolving the board."
Wow.
Because it didn't make sense to him when he saw all the evidence.
Because people were not happy that a 17-year-old kid would do a project for the airport.
Yes.
For 1/20th of the amount.
So that was actually how I met Herman.
Okay.
Because they felt I was too young to actually do the project, they felt they had to bring in a consultant to manage the quality assurance. So Herman was then contracted as the consultant.
Okay.
So I remember the first time I met Herman, it was actually at his parents' house at airport.
All right.
And at that time he was just starting soft. So this was middle of 1991.
Okay.
Just starting soft with Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
And they were working out of the front room of his parents' house.
You can't make this up.
So I used to spend so much time with him and Joe. And
so you hit off instantly?
Instantly. And I saw him as a big brother because he was 10 years older than I was.
Yeah.
Then he used to give me all kinds of advice on how to deal with the women.
He's a sharp. I mean, even at that age, he was street smart.
Yeah. Because that time he was about 28.
Yeah.
And he already had a huge network in Ghana because.
And what fascinates me about Herman, even though you can say he's from a posh family, I mean his street smartness and his down to earthness is unbelievable, because you wouldn't believe that this is a son of highly placed UN officials with the best education.
Exactly.
He can sit on the floor and eat kenke with you.
Yep.
And basically just
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean he was an amazing person.
Yeah.
I mean, he could fit in at any level, whether it be presidential, right down to Jamestown and dealing with his,
He had that flexibility to make people feel important and welcome.
Exactly. Yeah.
And even though he was very, very smart, he wouldn't diminish you. So you could be talking to a carpenter or somebody who's doing something basic for him, and pick ideas from the guy as if the guy is a genius.
That's it. Yeah. And he always knew how to bring out the best in you.
Yeah.
And he sold hope.
Yeah.
He would make you so excited about the possibilities and all that, even amidst the clearly when you could see things were hard and that eternal optimism.
An eternal optimism.
Yes.
How did the project go though? 200K, airport computerization, Rawlings.
A project that should have taken 6 months ended up taking 2.5 years because of the impediments.
Yeah.
But Herman, in fact, he was a bit surprised because this was also his first foray into Ghanaian public life. But he managed to navigate it so well and basically showed me the ropes, and told me that how culturally how to deal with, the things that were going on. But interestingly, when we finished the project, that software was used for, I believe, 18 years.
No kidding.
Before it was replaced, without any maintenance.
So probably into the year 2000.
Yes. So they actually replaced it at one point with an Oracle system, and then they came back to use up the system again because
it was that robust.
It was that robust.
Because you obviously built it organically.
Exactly, yeah. And this ran everything from their accounting, their payroll, inventory control, flight safety, airports, en route charges, parking, takeoff, everything.
And this is you doing this age 18, 19?
Yeah.
That is incredible. For the airport?
For the airport, yeah.
Wow.
It's funny, when I look back at it now, it seems amazing, but at the time, I didn't see it as anything. And we installed all the computers.
Yeah.
There's an interesting story. We had to import a 486. I don't know if you remember what a 486 computer was back then. Intel were now producing it was an 80486 processor. And that was what was used as servers.
Okay.
So we had to get a special clearance from the UK government, from the Ministry of... is it Ministry of Interior there? But basically we had to declare that we were not using the machine for nuclear research.
Because they had never seen anybody request for such a thing.
For a 486 going to Africa. You see, so it was interesting.
So the computing power needed to do that didn't exist on the continent.
Exactly, yeah. It didn't exist. And so when we brought... And now a 486 is probably 1/10 of the power of your phone, if that.
There's so many levels to this. So you in your late teens, Herman in his mid-20s, managing a project with men who are 40 to 60.
Yeah.
And who didn't know anything about coding or programming, but basically weren't too excited working with you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And with Rollins breathing down their neck.
Exactly. And I think that was the biggest problem, because they were kind of embarrassed over how things went. Yeah.
But did you understand as young people that you were serving your country? Did you know the importance of what you were doing, that you were saving the country money? You were an example of young African excellence at a time when that was not really pushed, and a country that was still struggling economically. You were helping it save.
Herman certainly did, because he's the ultimate Pan-Africanist. I guess I was just enjoying what I was doing. And for me, being in the UK, it was when you sell a computer system to a doctor or something, it's an incremental step. But here it was transformative, because they had nothing. It was a completely manual system, and you're multiplying the productivity so much. So for me, that alone was so exciting, that it meant that you were impacting, the society.
A lounge should be named after you at the airport. Seriously, because this is what we used till the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And we went back to it as well.
Yeah.
This is the City Business Edition. We're talking to David Kwame Bolton, a man of many parts. He burst onto the world scene age 17 as a brilliant computer whiz kid, lived up to the billing, moved into other areas, music, production, other fascinating stuff about him. But this interview is essentially to celebrate the memory of Herman Chunihese, a techpreneur par excellence who died a couple of months back, buried 2nd November, and the City Business Edition, of which he has been a regular guest, is dedicating a number of programs to him, talking to people who knew him, who worked with him, who went to school with him, to celebrate his legacy. And when we come back, we'll continue. Stay with us.
Until I find my real side, I'm gonna get me some love, somebody.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Until I find my real side, I'm gonna get me some love, somebody. Until I find my real side.
Welcome back to the City Business Edition. Today we're celebrating the memory and the legacy of Herman Chunihese, a techpreneur who left us a few weeks back. And my guest for this leg of the series is David Kwame Bolton, a techpreneur himself, who worked with Herman, who's now currently a director at Soft. So just tell me how you got into Soft. So you did this project with Herman, he supervised, you executed. So at what point did you become part of the Soft story?
So,
or Soft tribe?
Soft. Well, at that time it was Soft.
Soft. Okay.
It was Soft. It's actually interesting because from day one, Herman wanted us to work together.
Okay.
He wanted us to merge companies. I wasn't ready for that at the time because my father was still very much a part of what I was doing. And so what we ended up doing is we worked on projects together. So we did quite a lot of work in Nigeria. And then, we would collaborate on projects. And it wasn't until, believe 2002, when Soft received institutional investment back in 2002, and that's how we became the Soft Tribe. So it was at that point that I joined officially.
Because your company was called?
It was called Associated Computer Enhancements.
ACE?
So ACE, yeah. So I had a computer school.
Okay.
At the industrial area in Accra, and so I joined in 2002 officially, and have been there ever since. So in fact I took on Herman's previous role, which was a technical director. So I became technical director, and he became chairman back in 2002.
And how long did you work before you moved to other things? Or you've been working ever since?
Ever since.
So you've been
You've
been with Soft. Ever since. But you also did forays into other things. So, for example, music.
Yeah.
So beyond software development, programming, and this type of thing, can I say music was your second love?
My first love, if I could have made it pay. The thing is, I remember the first time I really got into music was when I was in primary school. I was actually part of an orchestra. I played violin. Oh. And then I remember going to a computer exhibition, and there was a store that had racks of synthesizers, and then a computer, and there was something called MIDI, right? So which stood for musical instrument digital interface.
I remember it's on my brother's piano, the right MIDI.
Yes.
So that piano keyboard.
That's it. So that enabled a computer to now sequence and control musical instruments, electronic musical instruments. So when I saw what was possible, and it married perfectly with technology, so quickly, that's where a lot of my money actually went into equipment, and at that time it was very expensive. So I actually set up a studio in Ghana, at home in New Achimota, and I was recording as a hobby. So people like Atongo. So I was recording him, Kiki Jan.
Okay.
Kiki Jan actually stayed with me for a long time.
Wow.
And then the first performance I had in Ghana was actually for Panafest. And this was at the Independence Square. So that was with Isaac Hayes, Dion Warwick.
Oh, I remember they came
Public
to Ghana.
Enemy, and all of that. So and then all of the
his bald head, Isaac Hayes.
Yeah. So that was my first performance.
So this will still be in the 93, 94-ish?
This was 92.
92, yeah.
92, yeah.
Panafest.
92, yeah, Panafest, yeah.
What kind of music were you doing?
I was doing more R&B, soul, pop, that sort of thing. But then as time went on, I started producing other artists, and then in the late 90s. I get confused with all this. I feel very old now. But anyway. So late 90s to early 2000s, I was producing most of the hip life artists. So when Samini was Batman, Oforian Ponsa, VIP, Abiwan Nana, gosh, the list goes on. There were.
You were producing them, so
yes.
They mean they also worked in your studios?
Yes, so they're in our studios. So likes of Obrafo and so on. They
Paimuka?
It was actually the next album. He had already released Paimuka by that time. So the next album was, I think, Asem Sebe.
Asem Sebe.
Yeah. So
I'm going to be Asem Sebe.
So
that was produced by you in your studio?
In the studio, yeah. So we worked with Hammer on that album.
Wow.
The Mami song. Remember the Mami song that's played almost every Mother's Day? That was actually my song, an old song I'd recorded, which when Obrafo heard it, he wanted that song. So he then wrote Mami over that song.
Oh,
so that, exactly. yeah. That's the one.
That's your song?
It's my song. It was actually called All Through December originally. Yeah. So.
Did you feel that, because I'm not sure you could speak Twi or Ghanaian language locally, did that hamper the success of your music in Ghana, you think?
Possibly. You see, the thing is, I was never trying to be a successful musician. You understand? I love the process. I love hanging around musicians. I love being in the studio.
Mhm.
So for me, it's not about how popular my music is or was. So for me, it's a process, and I love that process of creating something. I just love creating things from nothing and then throwing it out into the world. So whether it's me that's known for it or another artist, it doesn't really matter.
For somebody who's been part of the process of the evolution of music in Ghana, now producing music is a very different process from it was probably in the 80s and early 90s,
Right,
where
right.
We didn't have that many studios, and so but some people feel like these days all these enhancements sometimes create artificial musicians.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I have two different takes on it. Yes, definitely being in the studio with seasoned musicians means that a certain level of excellence is maintained because it gets passed down to the next generation. Now that largely has been lost because the younger generation now can open a laptop, they have their Fruity Loops, FL Studio, whatever it is now, and then they can produce anything without necessarily referencing what has come before. You understand? And that's partly why we have not been able to maintain an identity for Ghanaian music. From high life to Boga high life to hip life to Azonto. Now it's because we're not keen on passing down that information. And a genre is based on certain elements of music, certain rhythmic feel, certain melodies. So that's the downside, that we've lost that. But the upside is it has opened up music to people who never would have had the chance to work on it. Yeah.
Now let's talk about. So I can call you a digital native, who obviously was part of the beginnings of technology's evolution in the country. When you see where we are today, AI, robotics, deep learning, artificial, what do you call it? We have machine learning, 3D printing, cloud computing. I mean, it's crazy.
Crazy times, yeah.
I don't know. Where do you feel Ghana is? Because, I mean, I'm seeing this from the point of, look, in 91, here's a Ghanaian who's probably one of the best in the world at what he does, who could compete anywhere. It doesn't seem as if the country utilized that opportunity to really take a lead on the continent, at least, to say, look, we're going to produce the best programmers in the world. We're going to train some of the best minds. We are still consumers of technology as a net. And if innovation in technology doesn't really seem to occur here. For somebody like you who was so ahead of your time, what do you make of that?
You see, this is something that Herman always wanted to focus on. But so I kind of look at it again optimistically. If you look at the local industry, yes, we have not managed to break out onto the global IT industry, right? But even if you look at the local industry, Soft and Soft Tribe has spawned probably 20, 30, 40 other IT companies. People who have passed through the hands of Soft Tribe. And Herman was, as you say, he managed to instill that confidence and that hope. So we've had a number of companies that have taken off from Soft Tribe, and now that's something that I know he would be very proud of. Even though at the time sometimes we had some people actually stealing our software and moving on with it, but I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And yes, there's a long way to go, and unfortunately, it looks like we are getting further and further behind, because when we're talking about digitalization, we're not thinking along the terms of AI and so on. Because now, Google just recently announced that 25% of their code is generated by AI.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine now? So now, and do you know the rate of the acceleration of AI? Right now, every 6 months, it is accelerating by a factor of 10.
Wow.
A factor of 10 every 6 months.
This is crazy.
So, in 5 years' time, we will have very few coders. We'll have code auditors. Yeah, so now it will be the actual mundane coding, which we used to spend hours racking our brains
Machines
over,
are going to do
is
it.
not going to happen anymore.
Wow.
Look, even in the music field, AI can create a whole song for you with vocals and everything, because it is able to learn, and they've taught it to learn the same way that the human brain learns. You understand? So it can create a song for you, you can write the lyrics, even the videos. Very soon, movies will be created just by a prompt, a full-length movie.
Is that a good thing, though? I'm not sure if it is that a good thing?
Well, as to whether it's good or not, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. For me, back then when synthesizers were first introduced into professional music, there's an artist called Peter Gabriel. He's a very successful. He used to work with Phil Collins and so on, and he sacked a whole symphonic orchestra. And said he was going on tour with synthesizers.
You kidding me? What year?
And there was an uproar. This would have been in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, I believe. So he basically, and the Musicians Union of the UK at that time, they wanted to take him on. They wanted to sue him and all that, because you're replacing human beings with technology. So it's not something that has started just today.
Yeah.
The Industrial Revolution, robots have been building cars for decades.
Yeah.
You understand? And those cars those companies that used to hand make the cars, yes, they were revered for some time, like Rolls-Royce and so on. But now it's realized that if you build a car of robots, it's going to be better than a human being built car.
So human beings have to train themselves to do different things.
Exactly. So I honestly, I worry and I'm excited at the same time, because it's happening too fast. And right now, because each country is afraid of falling behind, there are no boundaries being placed.
Everybody is adapting.
Yeah. So it's like we can't put any red tape and try and control this thing, because China's not going to do that, or Russia's not going to do that. So everybody should do what they want to do. So when you have people like Elon Musk sounding alarm bells that, hey, AI is dangerous, and this is somebody that's on the cusp of technology, then we should beware. But it's too late now. There's no holding it back. So we're just going to have to stand back, or hopefully get involved. That's what I do. I try and keep up to date with all the developments in AI and use it.
By the way, what else do you do now? Do you, because you still have a lot of knowledge, do you still pass it on in any way? Do you train people? Do you teach? Because I do know you are a director at Soft Tribe, and you also keep doing music. What else are you doing beyond what we've just discussed?
So actually, as a company, we and it kind of falls directly in line with Herman's vision, in that we're working with, for instance, with the MasterCard Foundation now. So we're distributing devices and connectivity to tertiary students all over the country. So the TVETs and universities, and then we're supplying them with a knowledge base so that they can learn digital literacy, they can learn agribusiness and entrepreneurship, and things that will help them in the to bring their level up so that they can compete within the marketplace. Wow. So that's something we're trying to do, so that it's all well and good identifying a few bright stars, but I believe you have to bring up the general level of experience when it comes to IT. So that's one of the main things we're actually focusing on as a company now. We're also developing a lot of interesting products that you'll be hearing about very soon. We'll be launching those next year for sure.
My final question: what do you suppose Herman's greatest legacy is?
If you look at the IT industry now, and if you came to the funeral, you would have seen it. It was company upon company, IT companies who are doing so well now, that were inspired or directly spawned from Herman. You see, so he has left a huge legacy behind. Within Soft Tribe, he's left us the legacy of discipline, determination, and the fact that we can always aspire to be better. And yes, Ghana is some people will call it a dream killer, right? But it's challenging. But Herman never allowed his dreams to die. You see, he was always about Africa and what the African can do. He always believed that we can compete directly with the Zuckerbergs or the Musks. It was just a lack of resources that we have. But that won't be forever.
Wow. Thank you for taking time to talk to us on the life and times of Herman Chinrese through your lens, David Kwamina Bolton. By the way, what's your name as a chief?
It's actually Akweku Chimano the Sixth.
Is it?
Yeah.
And this is what was the title? Are you a development chief?
No, Nana Obatan. So my ancestor Akweku Chimano the First actually founded the town.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he founded the town. Yeah. We came from Techiman actually.
Is it?
Came all the way from Techiman, and then settled.
Ekumfi Otuyam. One of my presenters is from Ekumfi Accra. He's called Bernard Abeku.
Okay.
And then of course President Mills, famously from Ekumfi Otuyam.
Yes.
Amazing stuff. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
And that's all we have time for today's edition. It's part of the series we're running, celebrating and remembering Herman Chinrese, that great techpreneur who left us early November. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
This way, until I get my new car. This way, until I find my real size. I'm gonna get me some love, somebody.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Babe, trust me. I've seen bigger, wider.
How big?
So big.
Hey! Friday, 11th April is the official launch of the new So Big Electromart showroom, Atomic Junction. Come, turn on the modern life.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush the clean and bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Pepsodent cavity protection.
This advert is FDA approved.
From back in the day when Afro hair was trending and children had to queue to play Kojo's video game, Fun Milk was always irresistible. Today, it's an after-school source of refreshment. For you stuck in traffic and for us looking to cool off under the sun, the invitation is always that sound. So, whatever your choice, Fun Milk quality products keeps you cool and refreshed. Fun Milk triggers so much fun and excitement with just a blast of a horn. Fun Milk, spreading joy to everyone. This advert is FDA approved.
Ago. Amen. We are gathered here to discuss the funeral plans of Fifi. As we have always done, the children will take the caskets, siblings take the catering, while nieces and nephews will take the...
Wafa, may I please speak?
Go ahead, Aaron.
I signed Daddy up on a family care funeral trust prepaid plan. They will be providing us with everything we need, from caskets, hearse, canopies and decorations, among many others. Yes, they will provide food and drinks as well.
That's such a relief.
Don't let you or your loved one's funeral become another emergency family meeting. Plan ahead. Call or WhatsApp us on 026 26 26 181 or visit our website at familycaretrust.com. Family Care, today's wisdom, tomorrow's peace of mind. Underwritten by Metropolitan Life Insurance Ghana Limited. TNC supply.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's Friday morning. Welcome aboard to kick off on the City Breakfast Show with me, Edwin Kwakofi. Kickoff is powered by Zonda Ghana, Polytank Ghana, Shell Go Well, and Lesheho, Let's Improve Life. Let's get into the details now. And Brentford's G-Tech Community Stadium will host the return of the Unity Cup in May, reviving the Afro-Caribbean International Football Tournament after a 21-year break. Last held in 2004, the Unity Cup will feature Ghana, Jamaica, Nigeria, and Trinidad and Tobago. The competition will include 2 semi-final matches and a final, all scheduled to be played at Brentford's home ground. The tournament opens on Tuesday, the 27th of May, with Trinidad and Tobago facing Jamaica in the first semi-final and Ghana taking on Nigeria. The final round of matches will be held on Saturday, the 31st of May, featuring the third place playoff, followed by the final to decide the 2025 Unity Cup
champion. Speaking of the Black Stars who will be competing in the Unity Cup, the chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee for Youth and Sports, Ernest Henry Nogbe, has praised the performance of the Black Stars players in the recent round of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. He believes their victories against Chad and Madagascar were driven more by the players' determination to qualify for the tournament in the USA, Canada and Mexico than by exceptional tactics from coach Otto Addo.
Where I stand at the moment, the winning of those two matches, I can say, were not because of tactical discipline. It was rather because of motivation, that the guys were motivated to win the match and to go to the World Cup, not because we have a tactical coach who could read the game from the bench, make the necessary changes and cause a stir. I am still, as the chairman of the committee, that when it comes to the Black Stars of Ghana, and then let me say the Black Stars of Africa, we need a coach who is up there. When I talk of a coach who is up there, I'm talking of a coach who is in the categories of the Mourinho's, categories of the Pep Guardiolas, and then and the likes.
Ernest Henry Nogbe is the chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee for Youth and Sports. Staying with the men's senior team, and goalkeeper Benjamin Asare, who earned his first 2 caps for the Black Stars in the recent qualifiers, has committed his future to Accra Hearts of Oak after signing a 2-year contract extension. Asare's impressive form, including 13 clean sheets in 20 Ghana Premier League matches and back-to-back clean sheets on his Black Stars debut against Chad and Madagascar, sparked interest from North African clubs Raja Casablanca and CR Belouizdad. But this new deal will keep him at Hearts of Oak until 2027. To Morocco now, and in the men's under-17 African Cup of Nations, Burkina Faso delivered a commanding performance, thrashing Zambia 6-1 in the quarterfinals to book a place in the semi-finals for the second straight tournament. Host nation Morocco also continued their impressive run at the competition, overpowering South Africa 3-1 to secure their place in the semi-finals. To Europe now, and goalkeeper Andre Onana was at fault for 2 goals as a last-gasp Lyon leveller puts Manchester United's Europa League quarter-final tie in the balance at the halfway stage. United went behind after 25 minutes when, under pressure, Onana failed to get a strong hand to Thiago Almada's wide free kick. Before, with United leading 2-1 at the time, he palmed a shot straight into the path of Ryan Cherki for Lyon's equalizer in the final minutes of stoppage time. United host Lyon in the second leg at Old Trafford next Thursday. Here's Lenny Yoro, who scored the second of United's 2 goals, speaking after the game.
Lenny, the late goal conceded like that, what's the mood among the players?
Yeah, of course. I think this is the worst moment to concede a goal like that. You know, was winning 2-1. I think away this was a good score, you know, but we go with the draw and we'll try to win the game at home. Yeah.
Is it more frustrating because it feels like up until that point in particular, as a team, you defended really well tonight?
Yeah, we defended really well, but you know they're a good team, they're a good striker, so we need to be ready for everything. Unfortunately, we conceded the goal, and yeah.
But among that, there was a nice moment for you with your first Manchester United goal. How much did you enjoy that?
Yeah, of course. Didn't enjoy too much, no celebration, because it's normal, you know. We want to win, so no time for celebration. And really happy to force my first goal. We don't have the win, but it's okay.
That was Manchester United defender Lenny Yoro. In the night's other games, Norwegian champions Bodo Glimt stand Italian side Lazio with a deserved 2-0 win in the first leg of their quarter-final. 10-man Rangers also produced a heroic performance to retain a fighting chance of Europa League progression, with Liam Kelly's late penalty save decisive in earning an unlikely draw with Athletic Bilbao. In the Conference League, teenager Tyreek George scored his first senior goal for Chelsea as they beat Legia Warsaw 3-0 to take control of their Conference League quarter-final. Substitute Noni Madueke scored Chelsea's 2 other goals, with both of those strikes assisted
by Jadon Sancho. And that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff is powered by Shell, Shell Go Well, Polytank Ghana, Zonda GH, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I am Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Caleb Kuda continues.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytank, we did Polytank. Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytank, the original, always the best.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Looking for a bank to rely on? Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Who do we seek out to bank? Baby, no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. They tell me office are chilling, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Auntie, mami fufuo 20 Ghana. Me pe fufuo ne nkwan kwa. Sisi a sanya Ghana akone de ya bonu 010. Meme wanu nie. Telecel de. Yenim so bia ne ope. Enu nti ne ya made for me bundle. Ya data ne call packages are F4. Nya ya ma won kwa. Made for me bundles. Send you we need je ho. But *530# na top made for me bundles. Sisia.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
From back in the day, when Afro hair was trending and children had to queue to play Kojo's video game, Fun Milk was always irresistible. Today, it's an after-school source of refreshment. For you stuck in traffic and for us looking to cool off under the sun, the invitation is always that sound. So, whatever your choice, Fun Milk quality products keeps you cool and refreshed. Fun Milk triggers so much fun and excitement with just a blast of a horn. Fun Milk, spreading joy to everyone. This advert is FDA approved.
Football's magic never fades, even from the couch. The sound of halftime banter replays at the touch of a button. Sharing with my chosen crew, pure game magic. It's like I'm there, but with a better view from the comfort of my home. Priceless. From the March 3rd to April 30th, pay with your MasterCard, online or in-store, and stand a chance to win a unique priceless viewing experience of the UEFA Champions League final for you and your friends. MasterCard, proud supporter of non-stop fans. T&Cs apply.
This Easter, be the light in a child's life.
As we gather with family and share meals and beautiful moments this Easter, let us not forget the little ones who have no one, no mother's hug, no father's voice, no warm bowl of food to return to, no pencil to write their dreams with, no exercise book to call their own. They are orphaned, vulnerable, alone. But with your help, we can change that. Support the Easter Orphan Project and give these children some hope to hold on to. Your donation in cash or kind will help provide warm meals, decent clothes, school supplies, and the care every child needs to grow. Because even the simplest things, soap, gari, clean bed sheets, a pair of sandals, these things cost more than many orphanages can bear on their own. How can you help? Send money via mobile money to 0550 900 006 or write a check to the Citi FM Foundation. You could also bring your donation to Citi FM behind the Adabraka Police Station. Visit www.citinewsroom.com or call 0550 900 006 or 0302 226 013 for more information. You can also give milk, sugar, bags of rice, toys, books, detergent, whatever you can share. Get together with your friends, involve your church, spread the word, because every child deserves more than survival. They deserve love, dignity, and a fighting chance at life. This Easter, let your kindness light up a child's life. Will you be that light? The Easter Orphan Project is powered by 97.3 Citi FM with support from Channel 1 TV.
At Phoenix Insurance, we make the unpredictable predictable and the uncertain certain with our range of products, including motor insurance, fire insurance, engineering insurance, marine insurance, accident insurances, and all types of bonds. We have you covered. We also support you with risk management advice to enable you stay focused on your business. Take a policy with Phoenix Insurance today. We help you rise from adversity stronger and more secure. Contact us on 0302 246319 or 0302 246644. Phoenix Insurance, a delightful service experience delivered with wisdom.
Oppo Durable Ability, 36 months warranty. Looking for a durable smartphone with top tier features? Meet the Oppo Reno 13 F5G.
A Depabethi. With IP69 water and dust resistance, it survives 2 meter submersion for 30 minutes. Won't pay away now, Pedie.
The Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 ensures top performance, while the 5800 milliamp battery and 45 watt fast charging keep you powered all day. When it saw in your Symbium.
Enjoy a 6.67-inch 120Hz AMOLED display and a 50 megapixel triple camera. Plus, get a free branded bottle for a limited time.
Visit any Oppo retail outlet or Telefonica store or call 0540-104-881 for more details.
Oppo Durable Ability, 36 months warranty.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Just a mana, some tissue mana, papa, none of you know my missing there. And you were where are you? Only about him from us.
Unleashing the power of This is Citi.
quay or train and dear baby. Or train, I made you my movie. I made you my son, all men, I want to know what to do. Now, I won't join you, my money. Or train, I made you my son. Ain't a man, I mean, once I see you, though, I'm a photo show. The music, I've been chin up to the same. What you write about the weather? I've been chin up to the same. What ball letter weather? I've been chin up to the same. What you collection of weather? I've been chin up to the same. I some of my better maker when you're there. Politicians working home with the food. Only about them, I'm interested. One time, one this is one blue. I saw so about the bay. Only about the collection. Was it Jesus music? Watch out with them, and then you see what's a woman. Word that I am in the man. Once I see you, though, Miss Woman, you're very I did chin at the same. What to collection? I did chin at the same. What ball and town? I did chin at the same. What did I buy? I did chin at the same. What to one.
Jeruble ambule. Sunkwa. Oh my goodness.
There's a very beautiful message from a man to his partner for 15 years of bliss. Like the eagle, you saw into the future and gave the present a chance. I wouldn't have married me 15 years ago if I were a woman. But as a woman of virtue and prayer, God revealed to you like Mother Mary. And as the heart never departs from its position in the body, so shall you remain in my life until death do us part. Happy 15th anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Ejepong. You'll forever be my ebony black from Francis Ejepong to his lovely wife on their 15th wedding anniversary, which happened yesterday.
Nice.
And I missed it, and so today I'm doing the right thing.
Nice one.
And a few more birthday requests coming through as well.
Quite a couple. Please, today is 90th birthday of Madame Emilia Atram. 90th birthday. Kindly make a dedication for her from the entire family. We thank God for her life, and we pray that God will continue to bless and strengthen her. She has been a great blessing and continues to be. We appreciate and love her so much. We pray for God's continued blessings, good health and peace upon her life. This is to Madame Emilia Atram, 90 years.
Wonderful. A few more coming. Happy birthday to Jimaimana Agoa Koi, Southampton, UK. God bless your new age from your boss Kofi Ofosun Cancer and from Kofi Tremating, and to Stephen Sefa, aka, or is it Aka Kwame Sasu? I'm not sure if it's AK or Aka. London. Have it.
It sounds like AK.
Well, Stephen Sefa, Kwame Sasu, London, UK. Have a wonderful birthday from You Never Work Alone family, Ghana members.
That's right. Happy birthday to Sandra Na Ache Connie. Continue being amazing. Stay blessed and enjoy your day. From your mom, Connie, Beryl, and Alberta. Messages, we love you.
And to Mrs. Grace Derry Dauda of the Ghana Customs GRA Division KIA Accra, wishing you long life, good health, and abundant grace and God's continuous blessings. Stay strong from your family and your friends.
Help me extend congratulations to Laurette Busumpim, who gets commissioned this morning as an officer of the Ghana Air Force. We are proud of you.
Lorette Busumpim. You've been commissioned this morning as an officer of the Ghana Air Force. Congratulations, the message is we are proud of you. Happy 40th birthday to Yao Unsoa of Jire Eye Clinic in Tema. Pray that as you begin life, the Almighty God will guide and protect you. That's because life starts at 40, right? May God guide and protect you, cause His blessings and favor to be shown on you at all times. Amen. This is coming from Mina to you.
And a happy birthday to Stanislav Huese Dogbe.
Oh.
Yeah, celebrating his birthday today, and I'm sure a lot of people who
are Stan Dogbe.
The one and only Stan Dogbe.
My goodness.
Is the deputy chief of staff in charge of, I think, operations.
Yes,
yeah.
And he's also the chairman of the anti-flood task force.
He's a big man.
Big man.
Now, I don't know if you've done this one. Wishing Henry Brian Kwesi Cranting a joyous birthday. Today marks another year. I wish him God's grace, peace, wisdom, and good health. May God lead him to meet his Jonathan as David met Jonathan. I also pray Psalm 23 upon his life. Akwesi, happy birthday. This is coming in from Mary
Rose.
Mary Rose. Sounds
Mary
like
and Rose.
Sounds like the Freeman people song. Abuna Rose.
Abuna Rose.
Do you know?
Sister Mama.
Baby Na.
Yeah.
You know, these fancy names. Abuna Rose.
Okay, so big good morning to Mr. Bonnie. He's the terminal director at Tema Tank Farm, best director ever. Asafuache Abolo in Pong. Send that through. Today is also the birthday of our former colleague, our friend Jonas Nyabo. Happy birthday to you, Mr. J. Nyabo.
Jonas is a great guy.
Yeah, man.
I think he's in the US now.
Yes, he's studying in Colombia.
Now, I got a distress message this morning from Abna. And I'd like to read it before we do what we want to do. Good morning, Bernard. Please, I am pleading with you to use your noble platform to reach out to the authorities or to the powers that be to equip the Ghana National Fire Service within the Kaswa catchment area with fire tenders. There was a fire outbreak in my area last night at Kaswa, directly opposite the Sanford Clinic, New Market area, around 9 p.m. We called the fire service at the Kaswa overhead, and unfortunately a tender had to come all the way from Anya. Just imagine the distance. For the effort of the guys in the area who used buckets of water to fight the fire, more than 10 shops would have been affected. As it may be, 3 shops, or as it turned out, 3 shops were affected, with one completely burning. The risk of fighting fire with water by inexperienced people with live power or electricity and trying to disconnect them at the same time is serious. The fire tender eventually came, but it was met with anger and hooting from the guys. I felt sorry for them because from the distance they had come from, their response was very swift. The government should please equip them so they can swiftly respond in each emergency. Sorry about the long text. This is coming from Abuna. And I just want to highlight this again, that there are 3 or 4 things happening at the same time. So there's another fire, a group of shops in the Kaswa area. When they called, Kaswa has a fire tender, but for some reason they had to bring the tender from Anya. Anya is in Ga West or something, Ga South or something like that. And so it took a long time for the fire tender to get to the area. And by the time they got there, the fire had been doused, but this was people using buckets of water, and there was electricity involved, which is very dangerous. You know, I think there needs to be a big conversation about equipping the fire service in a way that makes it possible for them to respond to the fire emergencies we are getting. I do know that there's a lot of talk about fire prevention, which is important, but you cannot have the old state of fire equipment that our fire officers have and expect them to do a good job. So I just want to add my voice to what Abuna is saying, that there should be equipping. Although I don't know what people think about the proposal. The Minister for Interior wanted to impose a new tax
on fuel
to buy fire tenders. I don't know if
that one there we begging.
I don't know. So you finish the announcements and we'll see if we can do that.
Fire levy.
So what I want to do this morning is that some of the people who have texted me on things that concern them, I'm just putting it out there, and then we can pick and choose which one to discuss. So I got another long one, and I'll read it shortly, from a man who says he has been dismissed from the Ghana Maritime Authority, and he, the narration was a bit worrying, so I'm just going to read it as well.
Okay.
All right, and then we'll pick a few other things because I think it's Friday, and a lot of people feel like when we add our executive voice to some issues, it gets pushed. So you finish doing what you have to do.
Okay, so let me take care of these very quickly, and we get to the pressing issues. We all want a little more sleep before the alarm goes off, a little more time to finish that project, and a little more butter for the bread. Because let's be honest, more is always better. So take my friend Nee, for example. When I caught up with him last week, I realized he's crafting a life of more with the ABSA Ultimate Account. The ABSA Ultimate Account isn't just a banking product for Nee, it's a chance to have more. ABSA Ultimate Account gives you retrenchment insurance cover of up to 50,000 Ghana cedis, hospital cashback benefits, access to seamless digital solutions, travel insurance of up to 1 million cedis, and over 30 other benefits on the account. Want more? Of course you do, because more is always better. So sign up for an Ultimate Account today and get more. Your story matters. ABSA. Now we understand the unique journey of women in business, from juggling multiple responsibilities to navigating financial complexities and societal expectations. Listen, your resilience and vision inspires us, and that's why we've created the She Business Account tailored to empower visionary women leaders like you. Yes, I'm talking about you. With collateral-free loans of up to 2 million Ghana cedis insurance coverage, discounted loan insurance interest rates, and capacity building programs, the She Business Account is the banking solution for you. So visit the nearest ABSA branch or call 0302 429 150 for more information. Your story matters, ABSA.
Now, if you're looking to upgrade your bathroom, your kitchen, or flooring, don't settle for average. Step into the world of luxury with Vaneado. Well, whether you're building your dream home or renovating a space you love, Vaneado has exactly what you need. From stunning luxury bathrooms to sleek modern kitchens and premium tiles, Vaneado is where the elegance meets everyday living. You will find top global brands, expert guidance, and something for every taste and budget without compromising on quality. Visit the Vaneado showroom located on Ring Road opposite Laboni Junction, and let's bring your vision to life. Call 0550 0550
yeah 0000131.
No, let's take it easy. 0550
yeah
000031.
No,
right.
the zeros after the triple zeros are 2.
See, it's 0550
yes
000
So there's a 0 after the 5.
And then there's 0244 380 293.
Okay.
So you can call either of those numbers.
Fantastic.
For more information.
Wonderful.
And dear woman, Zenith Bank recognizes your hard work and balance you maintain at home, work, and in business. Let's lend a helping hand. How? Zenith Bank's Women's Desk offers tailored financial services for women, especially easy access to personal loans, business loans, access to financial literacy programs, and more. Experience true support at Zenith Bank's Women's Desk, available at 37 business locations nationwide. For more information, visit zenithbank.com.gh. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
So don't just watch, feel every moment of passion like a true football fan. From conducting every pass, analyzing every play, and celebrating every goal like it's your own. That's passion, felt, lived, and shared. That's priceless. So look out for the MasterCard booth at the Accra Mall Decathlon store on the weekend, starting at 28th March to the 30th of April, for a chance to win branded MasterCard memorabilia and engage with your favorite stars. It promises to be truly priceless. MasterCard, proud supporter of non-stop funds.
So there are three messages I've received today, from 3 different angles. So the first message has to do with Abena from Kasua, who's asking for support for the fire service. So I'll let us discuss, because I think the minister has a proposal. But there's also one I got which is very sad, Samen. So Good morning, Bernard. The guy mentions his name, but I'll just call his. I'll just give him a nickname. I'll call him BB.
Okay.
My name is BB, a friend of your classmate and a fellow member of somebody in a church you know. I'm reaching out with a heavy heart and a deep sense of disappointment over recent developments at the Ghana Maritime Authority, where I've served diligently for the past 19 years, including national service. Last week, without any prior notice or reason, my appointment, along with those of 5 other senior management members, was terminated by a letter from the Secretary to the President. We were not accused of any wrongdoing, nor were our performances in question. The only apparent justification is that we held these positions during the tenure of the previous administration. In my case, I was not a political appointee. I rose through the ranks by merit, hard work, and consistent performance, something the entire maritime industry, both locally and internationally, can attest to. At just under age 45, so younger than 45, I still have much to offer this country. Yet, despite my commitment, professionalism, and loyalty to Ghana, I've been cast aside for no other reason than presumed political affiliation. It's painful, not just on a personal level, but because of what this means for public service in our country. It sends a chilling message that competence and dedication do not matter, and that every technocrat is utterly dispensable if they are perceived to be aligned with the wrong political era. This is not just about me. It's about a dangerous precedent that threatens to undermine our institutions and drives away a generation of public servants who simply want to serve Ghana. I chose to stay and serve when others left for greener pastures. Today, I find myself asking whether that decision was a mistake. I know your platform has always stood for fairness, accountability, and national interest. I'm sharing this not for sympathy, but in the hope that voices like yours will help draw attention to this growing politicization of our public institutions. Thank you for taking the time to read. I'm available for a conversation if needed. I have even called the guy. All right, but so this is the second thing I've read. Then I'll read the third one. Then I'm going to ask. The third one is pretty interesting one. The gentleman listened to our conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you listened yesterday, but yesterday, we buy chicken. We don't buy frozen. So we go to a shop, they kill the chicken, and then they dress it in front of us, and we bring it home, and then we eat. So for a long time, at least since January, it's been 150. 151. Then the weekend of March 29, the Salah weekend, when they said it was 180. So we thought it was because there was a lot of pressure on the abattoir. So because people are cutting meat and things, so we just paid the 180. This week when I went, it's 185. Okay, so it's arbitrary. So this morning, a gentleman has sent me an offer, and I don't know whether to take the offer. He says he has fresh chicken at Somanya, and one is 130 Ghana cedis. If he dresses it, it's 140. But he has 30 chickens, so I should drive and come and buy it at Somanya. But I don't know what to do with 30 chickens. and I don't know whether it's a good business offer. If I drive from here to Somanya to buy the 30 chickens, or should I go for the dressed 30, or should I link up? Because I don't want to go and buy the 185 again. So maybe I want you to advise me. I want you to advise me on this chicken business.
Well, I think what you are supposed to do is what you've done.
Which is what?
Is to invite others
to join the party.
So we can clear. We can clear the is it 30?
30. Yeah, he says 30. But should we clear it?
Brothers are available.
Wait, should we buy it dressed, or we should buy the 30 raw?
No, we should buy it dressed.
So that's 140.
140. It still makes sense.
So then, but means you have to send the pickup to go and pick the 40. The 30.
Still makes sense, because what you have done is that you have empowered this person in Somanya. And what it means is that you have given him his capability to replicate this offering.
But can you find 30 people for me? Because I can't eat.
No, we have already found. No, but who? No. You don't need 30 people to buy 30.
Okay, yeah. Okay, people, yeah. But I need, I buy like.
Oh, you have it
3
already.
households will take care of everything.
So let's go through this again. So you're saying that based on the 180 I pay, I paid 185, no, it's not good.
It's not good. It's not good.
So the 40 he's dressing it for me. I get a pickup. This is for me, not for you. the 40. No, they brought dressed drink.
Yes, coffee.
So 140. Even if I drove to Somanya,
yeah,
Because it's 30, it makes sense. If it was just 2 chickens, it doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Right. Can it be somebody's business that he get a pickup from maybe Adenta, go and pick 20 pieces of chicken at 140 and come and sell in Accra?
Yes.
How much will he put on it, which is reasonable?
Bernard, you see, businesses don't start with a boom.
Mm-hmm.
It's always incremental, unless it's a corrupt business or a one-off transactional business.
Okay.
Okay. Just let me digress and
let's deal with that matter. Yeah.
You know, last week.
By the way, the guy is called Derek.
Okay. Last week.
He's a listener. Derek, so I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yeah, I will go for
You should start dressing the chicken.
See, last week, a random person on my Swesco national platform
Right.
just put something that she's selling Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And people started engaging her. Gary, there, why are you putting it on a platform? They said, well, that's my business.
Correct.
Okay. I actually do it myself because I have a farm and then cassava farm, and then we have decided to go into Gary production.
Correct.
So I got interested. You know me and Gary.
Hey, Gali.
So
they call him Gali Papa. Chop
so I asked her, so where is your shop? They said, well, I'm in Swedru. I said, you are in Swedru and you are telling me to come and buy Gary there. He said, well, people actually buy from Accra. I said, how do you come
from Accra and come and buy?
And he said, well, I package it in buckets.
Okay.
And one bucket is 2 Olonka. Olonka is 2 Olonka, one bucket.
How much?
The two is 130, so means 65 per Olonka.
Is it
I don't know
cheaper
what
than Accra?
Definitely.
Far cheaper.
Definitely. So I was like, but I still won't go to Sweden. Then people started
on the platform.
That they want help a sister's Gary. Hashtag.
Help a sister's Gary.
But the following morning,
the thing was
we had almost 20 people order Gary.
Wow.
You understand? Now the
so
lady,
it means one person has to just go for it.
So
and then
no, the lady said no, don't worry, it will come to you in Accra.
She'll bring it.
Okay.
Because I put all in one van,
Yeah.
and then when it gets to Accra, you go and pick your own thing.
Wow.
So
she sold like 20.
Yes. So I'm thinking that why can't this be somebody's business model?
Why can't we use our WhatsApp groups to stop arguing about politics and to sell Geli?
You get me? And I wish I had outlets to even buy and dash it.
But you know what would have been
just
good?
to strengthen her business.
If you had a loose pickup you're not using, you can actually help people because like this Masomania guy, if you send a pickup with a driver to pick the 30,
exactly,
the transport cost is a bit lower.
Yeah.
And then you share. So, what's the guy's name, sir?
Derek.
If I let me read the message for you, the message he sent me. He says, good morning, Mr. Ben. I hope you are doing well. I am Derek from Somanya in the Eastern region. I am selling 30 live layers for 130 cedis. If you like them dressed, the price is 140. If you are interested, please coordinate with your team and come and pick them up from my location here in Somanya. I would appreciate. So, I wasn't sure. So I asked you, then you said if you have any questions or would like to negotiate, I'm open to conversation. Just let me know what works for you. I'd appreciate your support.
Bernard, you won't believe this, but I have 10 people.
Hold on.
10
I have a question.
souls already.
Should I let him wait for my people to get it before he dresses, or he can dress and wait?
You should start dressing. We'll come for it.
Derek, start dressing the 30, and then send me your location. So my guy will bring a pickup and will come for the 30. And we can even let me know if you can pay Momo or cash.
Because Courage also says you pick 5 pieces of the dress.
But Kale, let me ask you a question. If this was my business, will I be wrong if I said since I sent a pickup?
Yes.
You will add some price to it. Yeah, because I can't sell it for you 140.
Transport.
Wait, let's do this. No, wait.
You have to add something.
You are giving me a pickup.
Yes.
And you are giving me a driver.
Yes.
And we are buying petrol to send it to someone.
Yes.
So I get it from Derek at 130.
Yes.
If I do 160, it's not bad.
Hang on.
Let's calculate.
What I'm saying is that if you do 160, it's not bad.
Because in my place is 185.
But if you can promise this Derek guy that instead of 30, I want to buy 100. You can haggle
and reduce the price.
So that you can increase. That's business.
Okay, let me ask him. I don't
You're not going to buy 100.
No, I'm just asking.
You know.
So wait, I'm even using this to come to a point about yesterday. Yesterday we're discussing arbitrariness in pricing. So I wanted to be a bit scientific here. So let's assume it's somebody's business who is in Medina Market to go to Somanya with a pickup to pick up 30. And then he comes to sell the dressed. What would be a good price to charge which will not be exploitative? Because when the place I buy, when they dress it for you is 185. If Derek is giving it to me at 130, if I can dress it myself and I sell for 170, I'll make money. Or will I not?
You will make money. But it's a competitive environment. So you have no assurance that
I can sell all the 30.
You can sell all the 30 at 170. You never know who is another Derek who is closer to you that you don't know.
So unless I have a guaranteed somebody who's off taker. So like maybe somebody is doing a party this weekend and needs 30.
As
or
we
10.
are speaking now, Senna says I want 4 of the chicken. 4. Yes. Baba says I want 5 of the chicken.
But the chicken is for me.
Bithia says I want 3. No, they are buying.
Yeah, but me and you business. We are solving the business. Sames and Co. Then you are taking all the business.
No. Bithia says I want 3. No. Serious.
So I'm coming. Since you
Akofa says I want 3.
No, let's create a business. Let's call it.
Aren't you tired of
let's call it Aloski and Papa.
Yes. Okay. Hello, Paps.
I mean, let's pick an old pickup. Your gali business, the chicken, and then we can do egg.
Yes.
We have friends. You have Swedu connection. I have so many connection. We just send the pickup to go and bring. The only thing is that we sell it on WhatsApp. But we need a motorbike to distribute it too, because the last mile, because the people won't come and get it. We have to send it to them.
That's another thing.
Shall we form a business? One name we call the company Aloski and Papa.
Yeah. Ventures.
Aloski and Papa. Everything from Gary to chicken. But seriously, if I had like a dispatch rider, in addition to this pickup that we are getting, we have a business because usually to make it convenient for people, you need to send it to them. So if I can get a good dispatch rider who I can trust, then Papa will do the chicken business.
Charlie, but seriously, so at least the 30 is there.
I'm saying serious. You are not listening to me.
No, I said I also use the word serious.
Let's form a business. Let's do business. But let's do business. Are we using your van or your pickup?
Oh, we have to use.
Charlie, we need a cold chain. No, Charlie,
that's the real point.
No, Charlie, listen. Business is not easy like that to see. So look at this. So we have a big radio station. So we have markets. So we have people who trust us. So we have customers. But we are going to commandeer a pickup.
Yes.
We need to put a driver in the pickup, and then we need to fuel the pickup. Then we need ice chests.
Yes.
So we need to get about 6 or 7 ice
Big
chests.
ones.
Which we need ice.
Then you are getting into the frozen one.
By the time by the time you bring the chicken from Somanya to Accra to change color.
Yeah.
Oh, why are you bringing Thomas into this?
No, it's true. If you buy dressed chicken and you don't put it, or am I lying? Listeners, please help me. You need a coaching.
You need.
So I'm looking at business cost too. The pickup is a sunk cost. The fuel is a recurring cost. The ice chest is also a sunk cost. The driver is a recurring. You have to pay if you are going to start a business. Then we have to get ice block to put inside.
Correct.
If you are driving a Somana road and there are some police there who want to worry you, I don't know what you have to do. You see that? So if you're a businessman, maybe sometimes the pricing makes sense. So you see, people come on there and say, oh, he went to pick the thing at Somanya for 140 and he's selling for 185. But if you look at the risk he put into the business, the 185 may be reasonable. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
The only way to reduce the 185 is if I'm selling 100, then I can have a lower margin. But if I'm selling only 30, then the 40 is a good margin. So this is in defense of business people that maybe we, the people who complain, don't understand how they price their business. If he's going to get 100, then he can say, let me add 10 CDs. But if he's going to get only 30.
Bernard, you see, I don't know how this conversation has started today, but it gives a certain signal about how to bring those who are in the production business to link up with those who are prepared to buy.
True.
Creating a market. The consumers are there, the service providers are there, or the sellers are there. In this month of June, in our business festival, we are doing what we call agri-fair.
Agri-fair.
Okay.
Agri-fair.
So some people like Derek can come.
Oh, one time. And we don't want anything that's imported.
So what's the point? To bring the
fresh produce.
Okay.
Fresh produce, crop and plants, yes. We are looking at aquaculture and fisheries.
Okay.
And then we are looking at animal husbandry.
So are they coming to exhibit or they are coming to exhibit what they do? Exhibit and sell.
Yes.
So if I have a rabbit cage,
straight up,
I can bring it.
We'll create pens and cages for
poultry, chicken.
Poultry, yes. People are looking for the opportunity.
Plantain.
Fresh one. We have plantain. We have different.
Do I have to be?
We have different types. We have apentu. We have apim. We have oniaba.
Are you looking at people who are wholesalers or retailers?
We are looking at farm to table.
Farm to table.
Farm to table.
Farm to table.
So we are looking at producers. We are not looking at middlemen.
Okay. The reason I'm saying this is that when the people tried to fear, some people went to buy the thing, they went to resell.
I get that, but
so this is for customers.
Yes.
For
we
customers.
are looking at farm to table. So those who have the farms. I mean, you don't go and buy.
So let me give you examples of things. So I know somebody who does quail. So if the person does quail and has quail eggs,
yes,
you can take such a person.
Yes,
quail is good. What about somebody who does like gari?
Gari, yes.
Gari,
yes.
Which is produced artisanally.
Yes.
You will take.
Yes.
Zomi,
yes.
Zomi work. Does it have to be packaged or does it have to be branded?
Not necessarily.
Doesn't have to be branded.
Not necessarily.
Because some people
for FDA
have it in
the
because it's standards and things. Do they have to package it with
FDA? Once the thing will go into your mouth, they will ask for something. So they should just sort out their FDA.
What form will people who sell tubers take? So let's assume somebody has.
We have space for tubers.
Wow.
Tubers. The whole area for tubers. We have the.
Okay. So somebody has a poultry farm and wants to do eggs.
We have the eggs. At the poultry area where you have the chicken.
Does he have to package the egg?
We have Aconfirm. What's Aconfirm? We even have Aquaculture.
What's Aquaculture?
Aquaculture, Patrick. Yeah.
What if the person is doing goats and sheep?
Straight up, we have that too.
Will you have space for goats?
Yes, we do.
Goats, sir?
Yes, we do.
What about red goat or Ponke Kwakwa?
We have goat, we have sheep, we have even cow.
The fish farmers, how are you going to organize their space? Because do they bring like a temporary? How are they going to sell them?
Apparently they know how to manage. Yes, because those who are into the tilapia, the mudfish, the other one that's popular now, catfish. And
so you call it what?
It's agri-fair.
Okay, what about people who do fertilizer?
Well, we are looking at food consumption. The fertilizer people
who have a different. They will come to This Is Ghana.
No, but they can even come not to exhibit, but as supporters, because they also have to target the producers. You get me?
Okay.
Because look at this one. Just 2-3 minutes of mentioning this, everybody wants some. Now people are even sending message that they want the gari. Now,
they want the gari too?
Yes, not because they don't know where to find gari.
Yeah.
But the entrepreneurial effort by somebody to package gari.
Yeah.
Bernard, have you noticed that the brand, that gari thing that the gari mix?
Yeah.
It's nice. So.
Yeah.
Now they've industrialized it.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Kivo.
Kivo, yeah.
Kivo gari sells at £6 per packet in London.
Gari sugar will they take place?
Yes, £6. I'm not making it up. $5.99 per
packet.
Packet one.
Our normal gali
yes
with mix. Hey.
So you see, if somebody figures out how to create value out of what we have, this is what.
By the way, the event you spoke about, when is it?
It's I think that we'll announce the dates, but within the business festival. So
you are serious about this thing?
I'm very serious.
And you call it what?
I call it agri-fair.
Agri-fair.
Yes.
Agri-fair.
Yes.
Okay, so should I ask the guy if he needs more? If he has more than 30, I should just take the 30.
Well, we can start.
Besides, you get them dressed then.
We can start. We can start by taking the 30 and engaging him.
Should we send the guy today or tomorrow?
Oh, today.
Now, because he's dressing in now.
Yeah, we'll go today. We'll take it. We will take it. Yes. Yeah.
Some people are asking for his number. Should I give
plenty?
No, I won't give him.
No, when we go and see.
No, the guy. But why should I give the number to him?
There's a quality control issue.
Yeah, it's my guy.
We want to go and see him and make sure that everything that he's offering is correct. Then we can, like the Gary one. I know for a fact. So when people ask, I give the number.
Confirm.
So the Gary, why no?
Is it the yellow Gary?
No,
she doesn't add color to it.
So the fact that you like Gary more than me, you didn't even bring me one.
Oh no, you get it. Oh, but me have I ever eaten yellow? Charlie.
No, but the Gary. But bring me some.
Yeah, because Shiba has also just entered the site. She's looking for a Gary.
So the Gary, no. But I need to say something. Some men likes Gary too much.
A lot.
That's not good.
Some men, what has Gary done for you?
And you know, he doesn't just he eats Gary in different forms. So Gary, where he mixes water with pepper and fish. You eat Gary and pepper, yes. Gary, he will put water on the Gary.
Yes.
Then he will grind green pepper. Sometimes fish, sometimes.
So that's like Eba.
Not even Eba. Eba is hot water. Not even the hot. He can do normal Gary with water.
Okay.
And then he eats with pepper and fish.
Green
As
pepper.
his land too. He said rice is a scam.
Oh yeah.
That Gary is the real issue.
Of course.
Gary is king.
Papa, if you go online and check the difference between Gary and rice. Rice can kill you.
It's okay.
Rice can kill a human being. So it will deposit sugar in your body. Gary, it has roughage.
Thank you.
It's okay.
It has fiber, small fiber.
It's okay.
You understand?
It's okay.
So,
but by the way, the cassava they used to do Gary is a bit different from the one can used to do fufu, right?
oh, it's the
you can
same
use the same.
cassava. The same cassava.
It's not the same as the industrial cassava.
No.
Industrial cassava is for
That's what
starch.
they use for the
Industrial
industrial starch.
starch.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
But
So
the chicken fish, because
I'm
the
coming.
demands people are
The-
making.
I'm coming on something. You know, we've not maximized our use of cassava in the country.
At all.
You know, and let me make the point. I'll elaborate. You see, we have an economy which is very rice dominated. God has blessed us in West Africa with tubers, yam, cassava, cocoyam. A lot of what the grains can do, the tubers can do. But for some reason, we have not explored. For example, you know, you can use cassava to reduce to mix with your flour to do bread, right? You know, yesterday I was talking to some people who said that they had found a local substance that they will mix with clinker to reduce their dependence on clinker, to bring the cement price down. I think that the companies that do bread on the industrial level should start exploring cassava flour gradually into the taste, because you see, taste you can grow people's taste. Because I know that if you sell bread on a industrial level, maybe you are bread boutique or you are hot oven or some of those breads, people just want normal bread with other things. But I'm saying that, look, to reduce our exposure to Russia, Ukraine, we don't grow wheat in Ghana on that scale. There are different things we can use to do flour for bread, which could be useful.
Yeah.
Millet, as an example, cassava, because we can produce that on a larger scale, and it will reduce the cost of flour. All you need to do is to taste, because right now when you go to some breads, they have different bread tastes.
Yeah.
I think
Tuna
it should be a question, because you see, our tubers, we have a natural advantage in the tubers, so we shouldn't be depending on expensive flour alone. So if you can add a little bit of cassava, in 10 to 20 years time, our children will like eating cassava bread.
You know, somebody has to take leadership in these things. We can't go to sleep and think that things will change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This flour material is an acquired taste.
So you
it's
grow
acquired over years. We should build our society based on the things that come naturally to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have cassava.
Yeah.
Okay. Even the potatoes.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a doctor
We have
friend.
now orange flesh potato that they do.
I have a doctor friend who's a full-time medical doctor who also does potato bread.
Look at that. It's very nice. It's very nice.
Potato bread. If you want to buy some, come to me.
Caleb, it's very nice. So they have this. They call it orange flesh potatoes that they grow. Some in the central, some in the Volta region, and they produce flour from it. It's very, very nice. I just don't know if they do it.
Potato bread.
You haven't eaten before.
I'll get you some.
You are sharing it for others.
Baba, I have order for you. Baba.
What I wanted you to explore with the fair was also this type of thing. So if somebody does say potatoes, they use it to do many things to sell.
Yeah.
I've done potato gari, and potato gari when you used to do soakings is very nice because it's a bit thinner than the regular. It's very, very nice. Potato, it gives a different. So if you those who like soakings, potato gari is very good for soakings.
Wow.
Potato gari is very, very good. So if you can also give space for some of this innovative use of products, so potato.
What we are avoiding, we're trying to avoid. We don't want cooked food.
Okay. Yes, I know.
But we are okay to illustrate the chain.
Yes.
So you are into potato, and then
you are into do gari or flour.
Exactly.
We want to
can see that.
So if you're doing potato flour,
yes,
I think we can give you a chance to show what you can do.
Yes.
And I like the point about the acquired taste, because sometimes if you give, for example, my kids, they eat different kinds of bread. If every week we smuggle one cassava or potato bread into the bread, you understand? If you smuggle it in a week, by the time they are 2021, they already like the taste.
Exactly.
What that means is that a whole so like for example SHS, free SHS, we can come up and say, let's use bread made with some ingredients as an addition. Maybe every Thursday we do bread with local flour mixed with normal flour, because I know that a lot of the schools, bread is very expensive and bread is difficult to do. When I was in Presec, the women did a great job in cooking for us. They were always doing magic. If they get cheaper flour, which you use maybe potato flour or you use a bit of cassava, maybe once a week to mix it, by the time they leave the SSS, they already have acquired the taste. You are creating a whole generation that, because you see, yesterday when I interviewed the cement guy said, clinker is produced in only about 6 countries. So if there's a trade war and Egypt, Algeria, Turkey, and those people say they are not going to export clinker, we can't do cement. So to build a cement factory in Ghana using part local clinker, I think it's a great thing. You get it? And I think it's the same thing strategically we should do with food. That you cannot depend. I like your agenda on rice.
Yeah.
Do you know that for the past 2 months, every rice in my house is now just Ghana rice?
Solid.
So this is what we did. Initially, we'll have foreign, local.
So transition.
Then my friend Dela Gajanku, he brought me a big bag of 5. He works with farmers in the Volta region, so he brought me 5.
The 5 kilo.
5 of them.
Packs, yes.
5 of them, and it's from a Volta region farm. The people haven't even complained. In fact, they haven't even noticed the difference. So initially, like 3-4 years ago, when I start this local rice in the house, complain. Papa, they chop the rice with jollof.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't even think they know that there's a difference in the rice they eat now. So I've said that I can say that I've migrated fully. Okay, to local rice, and I'm training a generation. So imagine if all under 10 kids eat Ghana rice. The potential of using that to change, because as Ames always says, nobody can put a gun to your head and say Ghanaians eat American rice. If Ghanaians prefer Ghana rice, there's nothing Trump can do. Do you get it?
Correct.
So there has to be a deliberate effort in pushing certain types of meals as a strategic, because you see the demand side of this conversation has not been well looked at. It's almost the supply side. People are importing rice. Trust me, if more Ghanaians eat local rice, the people who spend money importing rice will
buy from outgrowers.
Look, they will even invest.
They'll invest
in farming.
Yeah.
If because they are going where people are going. So it's not like they, you know what I'm saying. If more Ghanaians eat bread made with cassava flour, potato flour, the companies will do it. So I think there should be a very strong behavioral dimension to the economic discussion around production and tastes.
When someone has
when
and Papa Market,
and the name,
they've designed
when Donald Trump came up with his new tariff policy, the foreign minister here, Ablakwa, reacted by taking steps. First of all, to seek clarification
from the American ambassador,
and then try and negotiate.
Correct.
That is wisdom.
To get some exclusions and stuff. Yes.
Now, we also need to look at how we can rid ourselves of the dependency.
So you are basically hedging ourselves for future.
Exactly. So that while the foreign minister is
doing what he has to do,
the agric minister, the trade minister, should also be angry about the lack of patronage of our own produce.
Exactly. And say that on the basis of this, we are going to implement.
Exactly.
So what he's saying is that there should not just be the immediate reaction to the policy, but you must also have a long-term plan to say, on the basis of the arbitrary nature of this, they can even go to the president, Mr. President, we think we need to introduce this, and this, so that if in the next 4 years another person comes to do it, we will not be exposed.
Exactly.
It's a very important thing he's saying.
Exactly.
And I hope that they are taking those cues. All right. So, Caleb, please read a few messages. I have 3 messages you have discussed.
Yes.
Just the first one. So,
The first service.
so I will get the 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone. The 30 there is
done.
gone.
But then I will sort
fire-
your transport out. I want you to patronize the guy. Architect Ato.
My boss has already given me. Charlie, but let's form the company.
Yeah, Aloski and Papa Market.
I need a better name.
When I check the page, someone has done a designer. Artwork and things. Dress
oh.
taking and everything.
Aloski and Papa Market, live and dress taking for sale.
Thank you. Very beautiful design.
And they put the Papa on top and Aloski down.
He's showing the sizes.
No, it means this guy will be a graphic designer.
Yeah, he's solid.
That means you have to employ the guy.
The correct guy.
He did it in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I hope you didn't use AI.
it looks like it.
So it's a white background.
Yes.
And then the chicken is
see the
red.
cockerel at the
Yes,
top.
akuko. No, but the business is not just chicken. Our business is
farm produce.
Yeah, we are. You see, what we are trying to do is
Gary is in the mix.
no. This is what's happening. We've noticed that people who are in these fringe communities, Somanya, Adoso, Swedru, Teacher Mante, and all those places, they have 2 problems. They don't have access to ready market, right? And they don't have access to capital.
Yeah.
Now, we can say that we are in Accra, we know people who can buy. So we can come and off-take the thing for you and sell. And we also have transportation. And we can give you bulk payment. And we are saying that we are not exploiting you like the middlemen do. Because this is not our primary business. So we are not going to say, take it or leave it type of business.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So our business is not necessarily chicken. Our business is to say that we notice a gap. The people don't have access to market.
Correct.
It could be eggs. It could be chicken.
Could be anything.
It could be whatever. And as the situation may demand, we send our guy, gets the thing, and we sell it or give it to our friends who need it and we pay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what the business is. So
Okay.
we are not going to compete with the rest of the farmers forever.
So many messages. Caleb, I need some of the chicken, but my people are in Lashibi. How far by my chicken? I'm serious, so I'll buy 5. Okay, take your time, bro.
We haven't seen the chicken yet.
Take your time, bro.
We haven't seen the chicken yet.
You talked about the Ghana rice.
Yes, the Ghana rice.
Now, since we did the Ghana rice campaign,
2019,
I switched completely.
Wow. Oh, yours 2019, Tom?
Yes. And anytime I've eaten out, maybe a hotel, and I taste the rice.
It's different for you now.
It tastes so artificial.
So you have been converted to.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
So and at times it's difficult to find the proper ones. Okay. So look, let me be frank. I use Nana's rice.
It's good.
Nana's rice has been my default.
Yes.
Okay. There are other competitive ones, but that is what I have access to. So I buy Nana's rice, and it's been good so far.
Have they? Initially when we started the campaign, we're told that the local rice producers cannot meet the demand. Do you know if the scale of their production has increased to meet the demand?
No, they still cannot meet the demand.
So all the local rice farmers together.
They still, as things stand now, they still can't meet the demand. But there are redundancies in the chain.
So, for example, access to a mill.
Yes, and then government also directing their purchases to some of the bigger mills. Okay. In Tamale, there's a huge one there. Okay, so why should we invite people to invest in our local rice production?
Yeah.
And then government to go and import rice from Thailand and give it to feed students.
Yeah.
Where is the wisdom in that?
And government. So you're saying government should be able to say, look, all feeding should be Ghana rice.
Of course.
So if you come up with an invoice for rice for a school, and you have not exhausted the local rice, as in locally grown rice, we will not pay if it is foreign.
No, we don't have any business buying foreign rice. It's like
but what if
importing paracetamol from the US.
What if the school says the foreign rice is cheaper? So maybe the school says we've given a budget.
It's not for the school to determine what is cheaper. It's for the government to determine, because the cheaper should be seen in a bigger space. As in, it may look cheaper by price, but it may be more expensive and hurting the economy.
Yeah, but the school is.
But over time.
So you are saying government should implement this?
Of course.
I have another suggestion for you, and let's debate it briefly. I think, in addition to what you've said, what the government could do is to say that if you are a rice importer of a certain size, we are inviting you to invest in a Ghana rice farm, either as a green project or to sort of join forces with a Ghanaian rice. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
there are so many schemes already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The
So,
rice thing,
where we
the
have
government, they have so many of them. The problem is how to buy from them.
What do you mean?
Because at times they produce and nobody's there to buy.
True.
And that's
So there's a information problem in the chain. So you're saying that what I'm saying is already there.
Oh, they have plenty. They have plenty. You understand?
You know, let me explain myself. What I'm trying to say is that, you see, because of the initial cost of setting up these farms, a lot of the people who own the rice farms will not have enough capital to do it at a scale that can make it profitable.
True. So government should give them money.
No, I have a different suggestion. Because the people who import rice have a lot of money and they understand rice. Some of them go to Thailand to buy finished rice. They can bring their expertise to support farms here to also
Some
grow.
of them are doing it.
Okay.
Some of them are doing it. Some of the rice importers are also into the local rice production.
Okay. Then that makes sense.
You know,
that makes sense.
So that's why I'm saying that the bigger problem is the consumption chain, where government hasn't consistently patronized the locally produced rice. Okay. Second thing is that a lot of the local producers have bent their fingers with the banks. So the banks have the confidence in the local rice production is eroded completely. So if you have defaulted in paying the loan that you took 10 years ago, no bank is going to give you money again.
Baba, we have to agree on how much you sell this chicken, because the people are sending me messages.
A lot of messages.
So they should come to the fair. They will have plenty chicken.
But that's in June. We'll hold on to things. Baba, let's make this the business decision now. Are we asking them to come for it, or we are sending it to them? Because the people who come and who say they want to buy from us,
No, we are not promising anything.
Yeah, because right now.
So I want to see the chicken
until I see the chicken.
Sure. Okay. Until I see the chicken. Okay. So people hold your horses. If you are interested, just send me a WhatsApp.
Yes.
When the 30 comes, and I pick the one I want, and some picks the one he wants, then left the rest. But the good thing is that I want to ask him if he has more.
Okay.
Because Bernard, me, I want seeing is believing.
Thank you.
What's more wasenke? You know wasenke?
But he says they are layers.
Akoko Rasta.
That's it.
What a wasenke in Jordan? I'm a Joe reggae.
That's it. Where does it come from? How do they?
I don't know. Genetic something.
And then there's one too. Some chickens don't have neck hair.
Yeah.
You know those chickens like
wasenke.
Wasenke Akoko Tokyo Joe.
This thing, the war. There's one too. They get neck.
Yeah.
Get.
Akoko Tokyo Joe.
Oh my God.
Okay, so he says he has more.
Okay.
He has more.
No,
So,
do it. We'll do it.
Okay.
But there are lots of messages.
Let's deal with my second problem.
Many.
Okay.
So we've solved the first problem. The second problem is the fire service situation. Kasua. Abena sent it.
Yeah.
And Abena is saying that we need to lobby for it, because the point is that the fire started burning at Kasua. And they called the fire service, and the fire service responded, but the fire tender was in Anya. Charlie, Anya to Kasua is far, and this was in the night. So by the time they got to Kasua, it was the young guys who had used their water to quench the fire.
Yeah, I mean, look, Bernard, it's unfortunate, whichever way you look at it, when fire rages or clears any habitation, but you are in luck if it happens at night for the fire service to have access to you, because during the day traffic will block the fire service from getting to you. Now, as a country, I think that we should be realistic with the problems that we face in our spatial, the makeup of our spaces. Driving around, I see skyscrapers coming up, jumping up, Every time I see, the question I ask myself is,
when a fire happens, what
do we have the capacity, firefighting capacity to manage these buildings? The answer, you and I know, we do not have. So who is giving the permits? Now, granted that the permits have been given, that incremental approach of resourcing the fire service, that regime of using an incremental approach to resource the fire service should be thrown away. The entire fire service has overhauled with our current realities. Okay, the water receptacles are all worn out. A lot of them, by the time they open, instead of clean water, is gutter water. Some of them,
the hydrants,
yes,
they are
gone. And I am told that even with the water that with the full whatever of the water that they carry, they are able to the fire tenders, right? They are able to manage up to 5 minutes of operation on site. So with the water that they have, they can't go beyond 5 minutes of operation. Okay. Now, this may have been a good solution 30 years ago. But with our current situation, we need to do a complete overhauling of the fire service.
Let me push it further.
See, I'm coming.
Okay.
You know something? The skyscraper thing. You have I think there's what do you call it? There's a height.
Yes.
Beyond which you can't just build anywhere,
especially when there's no there's no means of reaching that place.
Exactly, and it has to be below, I think, 75 feet or anything above 75 feet, which is about 23-24 meters, you need special permission to build that thing. But Ghana, people are building anything, and our fire hydrant, the fire service tenders, cannot manage buildings that are 75 feet above the fire tender.
So we are even creating another problem for ourselves.
We have created 75 feet above the lowest level of the fire tender.
God, I was even thinking it's just a market problem. Now you are raising the height.
Yeah,
and
the
now
height thing.
That's serious.
You understand? See some of these skyscrapers and look at our fire tenders. They don't have the capacity to go up.
Good. Now
secondly, just before you come in, you know, the architecture, of our skyscrapers in Ghana, it actually provides a chimney-like stair wall for the rapid movement of fire if it should happen in the building.
Are you serious?
Of course. Check the high rise, the stair walls, the staircases. They are so
enclosed.
Okay.
So everything.
So anything that happens, smoke, fire, it actually processes as a chimney, and they pass through so quickly.
And there's no outlet.
There's no outlet. And I'm saying that, what are we doing to ourselves? We see the skyscrapers in the movies, and we want to replicate. Fair enough. But we are leaving behind the fire service. The fire service needs a complete overhaul, not just to paint their head office like the police has done. They have to be given modern tools, modern equipment.
So I want to make it complex for you now. The Minister for Interior proposed 2 weeks ago that there should be a small levy put on fuel prices just for fire service retooling.
So long as that levy is not going into the consolidated fund.
So you only support it if it is deliberately earmarked for fire
and it's
service.
not somebody who wake up and say, I've capped it.
Okay, so this is free support. Because when we interviewed Dankanamo, I said the history of the levies is that they always have a noble intention. And they always are supposed to have a sunset clause, but the sun never sets. So I want to add 2 caveats. So you're saying, number one, if they will earmark it for fire service, and number 2, there will be a very clearly spelled out sunset clause.
Yes.
That
Which means what?
So maybe you are taking it for 2 years.
Okay, yes, very important.
So you calculate and
timeline,
say,
yes.
If you are going to add, I think he even mentioned the pesos. If let's say 10 pesos,
0.5 pesos
per liter of petrol for fire service retooling, then I think 2 things. What it will do must be clearly spelled out, how it will be collected and how it will be allocated must be clearly spelled out.
And when it will end.
Those things. So Muntaka, we will only support such a thing if these things are put in there and it's also publicly discussed. So we shouldn't force it. There must be public discourse, and the fire service themselves must take the lead in telling the public how they intend to use the money.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want public support for a policy like, and I like the idea that the minister raises it in public. They didn't go and hide in parliament and do it. So now we can discuss it. But based on what Samens is saying, if we don't overhaul our fire service, it only takes one for many to happen. So now it's market fires.
True.
If you don't take care in these high-rise buildings, if you go from the Kentakite overpass all the way through to police headquarters, that road, all the way to Ridge Roundabout. Now they are high-rise buildings. Latter Day Saints, MTN headquarters, Upsize building, Barclays, Sanchez, they are all there. So that whole area now, in 10 years' time, it will be our high street.
Yeah.
Now, touch wood, something happens to one and there's a fire.
Yeah.
How are you going to save the people there?
Yeah.
So I think it's a very important point that fire service needs to be retooled and they need to be motivated.
Yeah.
So I think you solve that problem.
Let me last one before I go on, quick one.
The third message.
Yeah, no, on this fire service thing,
Okay.
is that I think that the Ghana Standards Authority comes for mention here.
Talk to me.
They should, if you like, enforce a better regime of supervising electrical installations and connections in public spaces.
Repeat that.
Like the
Repeat
markets.
that.
I said that they should enforce a new regime of supervising electrical connections and installations in public places and certify the viability of the, because a lot of the markets have worn out electrical connections.
Exactly. And they also use cheap and fake.
You understand?
Cereal.
So
cooking that.
We wake up, we go and sleep, we wake up, they say fire in the market.
Yes,
but nobody ever found out what kind of wires they used or how long ago they even connected the thing. At times, you go to the back of some of those stalls.
Wires.
The wires that you see there, you think they are weaving a basket.
They are hanging.
Wouldn't it be easier, in addition to the certification, to also block the entry of fake materials? Because that's another issue. So the fake cables and the poor quality materials contaminate the system.
Yeah.
Which some of the, so like if you have an installer, I remember there was a day I was building, someone told me that if you want to do electricals, don't use this guy, use this guy. And I didn't understand that thing until much later. I don't know if you remember. Because you see, Caleb, you and I are not experts. If the guy is not honest, you give him money to go and buy cables. He will buy something and install for you. 10 years later, there's a fire. So if you cannot trust your installer of your power systems, you are in big trouble. So that's where you found Tola.
Yeah, man.
Tola be correct too.
But are these people certified so that
Tola,
if you are going to
Tola is certified.
No, they are certified. They are all certified. Now they are certified by this thing commission.
Yes, Energy Commission. No. Tola is certified. Tola. So I want to read a few comments. I want to give you my last question. The one the gentleman sent from the Maritime Authority. And I really think we should discuss it briefly as well. But Kale, just read some general comments before we get there.
Right.
On the business of selling chicken and also on whether people will pay for fire service.
So many comments. I will donate my motorcycle as my capital to the business. From Stonewall, you sent your number. Good morning. Can you share Derek's number? I'd like to purchase some.
I won't share his number. It's my trade secret. I won't share.
Paulina Atesano. I want 3 of the chicken, please. Paulina sent
a number. We will inspect the chicken today. If we like it and we finish choosing, we'll give the rest to those we know.
Sharp. As Samuel said, that's family affairs, man. As Samuel said, it makes sense to buy from so many.
No, we have a name. We have a
185. What's the name?
Papaloski Foods. No, this name they are taking. No, you know, right. Papa. Oh no.
Papaloski.
Fire.
Make fire. No, executive director.
Aided by Bridget.
Papaloski Foods. Oh no.
It makes sense to buy from Somenya. It says 185 for one in Accra, 140 in Somenya, 1,200 saved from Accra. Purchase the fuel to Somenya, say 600. We will cost the driver's time 300, then 300 Citi profit made. It is economically viable to buy from Somenya. Accra folks are bent so much on making up normal profits.
Let me make it interesting.
Yes.
Sometimes, don't you think it would be nice, for you to ask some students to do a business plan for this company to see if it's a viable business. Because you see, we have made many assumptions. What questions must we ask if this is going to be a viable business? And you can bring my friend Andrew Ayuku, who is a business coach, to come and market. So if you're a student listening to this, you say, okay, a gentleman has offered Bernard 30 pieces of chicken at 130 each, if not killed. 140 is dressed. What should Bernard put in place to create a viable business out of this?
Okay.
Do a business plan and bring it to us. We'll interview them. We'll give the top 3 internships.
That's nice.
I think it's a good point. You see why? Because you know why I said this? On air, I was just thinking of back of the envelope, but I realized that you need a lot more thinking. And you see, this is how to do it. Business planning is not just, I'm getting it at 140. Let me say that 180. This is the problem with Ghanaians. We all think about, how much margin am I making? The question is, what problem am I solving? Who are my customers? Am I looking for restaurants? Am I looking for once in a while radio listeners?
Right.
Do I have a viable stream of buyers? Do I have advertisement? Do I have a consistent way of storage? Do I have capital? This is how, you see, so if you want young people to learn how to do business, beyond the business plan, then you now experiment and try. So if you are, I'm making this an open offer. I'm going to choose the best 3.
Okay.
So if you're and you have to be a student. This is not for nonsense. If you're a student listening to me, I want you to do how many pages should they do it? Maximum, I don't want more than 3 pages.
Okay. A proposal?
Yes, a business plan for the business. Our business of
4 pages.
4 pages.
4 pages, yes.
So we are asking, if you're a student listening to this program, I want you to send me a maximum 4-page business proposal for this business of chicken supply.
Because you're doing your intro and overview of the market.
Yes.
And then you go into the area of business specific, which is agri, poultry.
Yeah.
And then you also look at a competitive scan before you come to the financial projections.
Yes.
So 4 or 5 pages.
And you should be able to, I think for 4 pages is too much.
No, if you want it to make meaning.
You see, but I want it to be simple so that I can share it on.
No, it's still simple.
It's still simple.
It's still
4 pages, okay. 4 pages.
Because
you teach, you mark. So you 4 pages, okay. Now we will select the top 3, interview you, and offer you internship with companies.
Nice.
Based on this, I think it's a good plan because I want to see.
When? What's the timeline?
Yes, we will need to do this after Easter. So today is Friday.
Yeah.
The first Friday after Easter.
Okay.
We will take the result and come on air and discuss it.
Okay.
All right.
So the first Friday, this Friday is Easter Friday.
Yeah.
So the next Friday when we come on air,
then we'll announce the winners.
Yes, we'll choose the top 3.
Okay.
So I'll invite my business coach friend to come and join us.
That's right.
Okay.
To
what Bernard has said,
Yeah.
we'll type it out properly,
yes,
and put it out on our social media platforms,
Fantastic.
so you know where to send.
So students, send a business plan 4-page for this business that we are
Please,
trying
what
to
kind of students are you
is it
talking
tertiary?
about?
Tertiary.
Okay.
Tertiary.
This is tertiary.
We want first degree and
post secondary.
Yeah.
So you are finished secondary school. You are
don't want masters people.
No. We don't want masters. We want undergrads.
Okay.
So basically, you are finished secondary school. You are in a tertiary institution.
Asaf from Pongo is asking if investors can come in.
Depending on if we choose the top 3 business plans.
Yes.
It will also answer the investment question.
Brilliant. Alaski, don't give the number out. Our selfish entrepreneurs will go and buy the thing at a low price and come and sell it.
I will never out the number. I'll hold it in my socks.
What you did at the Ophir market?
You know the funny thing? I don't think the guy is listening to me because he's chatting with me whilst we are on air. He doesn't mean.
Wow.
I don't know the guy.
Oh God, this is a good day. Better than Co. You need a www.citifarmmarket.com or City Market.
Send us a business plan.
All farm produce can be bought.
Send us a business
Please,
plan.
I need plantain for my plantain chips. Any farmer listening should get in touch. I beg.
Send me a business
the middlemen are killing us. Good morning, Bernard and team. CSIR Food Research Institute developed composite flour. Mimi from Pokwa say good morning, Mimi. Good morning, Team City. Trust you are keeping well. A senior colleague once told me rice was originally meant for birds. I support Samens for his love for Gary. I always
like
eat
garlic too
rice
much.
as a last resort. Nee from Bachona. Good morning, Bernard.
Morning, oh.
I'm starting a unique Tom Brown business using ingredients like dry coconut, butter, and others. My process is manual since there is no machine for it. I need a local food engineer to help design one. Any leads?
Go
George
to
from Airport.
CSIR Industrial Research Institute.
Fantastic.
They have amazing
inventions.
Bernard, one day we'll do a whole program on CSIR.
Wow.
Yeah, you need to bring them here.
Yes.
So they explain, because there are so many of them, eh?
Oh, plenty.
Center for Scientific and Industrial Research.
That's the full one. That's the main, the
So
umbrella
but
one.
give me there's crop research.
Yeah, food research.
Animal research.
Animal research.
Industrial research.
Industrial research.
Wow.
And then
Cocoa
there's
research.
And there's also building roads.
BRRI.
Yes.
We have water research. We have technology transfer.
Something.
Yeah, I forget the full name, but for technology transfer. You know, they have all these things there, and yet when they come up with their innovations, we shelve them.
A professor listener is arguing with me that we should make the business plan 5 pages. I say 4. He said 5.
I told you 5 pages.
Professor say 5, me too I say 4.
I told you 5 pages. I'm not a professor.
Professor say 5, me too I say 4.
Francis is listening from Tema.
So we should do 5.
5 pages will open it up nicely.
Based on Professor and Samens, it's 5 pages.
Finish. So make it 5 pages.
You know, but you see, this is something that is we didn't plan before, so we are still putting flesh to the thing. I'm telling you.
Please make it simple English.
Yes.
And don't use AI to do it. Don't use ChatGPT. Write your thing so that we can discuss it.
Oh, it's enhancing.
No, even if you're using AI,
you come and answer.
You will have to own it.
So when you come and
you have to own it. So you do AI, you can't own it, you don't pass.
It's a problem. Francis, in Tema, my mom brought me local rice last week. It was without a label. When I boiled it to eat for the first time, wow! I called her for the same night to get me more. I am done with foreign rice.
Oh yeah,
he has better sense.
She got it from Denu,
yeah.
Yeah.
And the broken ones are good for rice water.
Yes.
And omit you.
Super.
Did you ever live in the Volta region?
Not quite.
It's obvious.
Yeah, you know,
it's Denu.
No, he doesn't have the richest sky flip trap.
No, but we self we know how it's Denu.
Denu. It's still regional.
Denu is Denu.
Samuel, this is an Englishman in New York. And every man.
But I speak better than you do.
But I am not aware. I don't speak aware. But this one is not Denu.
Actually, when I hear Denu, I shake my head. It's like how I saying Tajawu or something. It's Tajawu.
No, but
okay, no.
As for Denu,
focus. I have a third issue I want you to deal with for me. The guy who was sacked. So I want you to finish the comment.
Okay, sure. So good morning, Bernard. I have also fully migrated my taste bud to the local rice to the extent that I don't really enjoy this foreign long grain thing any longer. Lomo Ajo Kache is sending one from Sakumono. Good morning, my people. Please, the business guys are always ready to invest in the farm. I remember when we used to do irrigation back at Aflau, our clients from Accra do give us money to buy carrot seeds, and when the carrot is ready for harvest, they come and buy and deduct their money from what they bought. They at times give us money for manure. Okay, but I will take a quick break.
When you come back,
yes, when we're back,
then you do my last issue
we'll take care
where
of that.
BB has been sacked for nothing he's done wrong, together with a few other people.
We'll be right back.
And I also summarized the 2 key things we've said. The fair we are doing in June.
Sure.
The market, sort of like a fresh food.
Yes, fresh produce, yes.
And then we are also doing a business plan competition.
Wonderful.
Impromptu.
Wonderful.
Is the name of the business already there?
You mentioned the business.
Papaloski.
You mentioned.
Citi breakfast show.
No, is it Aloski Papa or Papaloski?
The last one that you mentioned.
The one that
was suggested by Fire.
Because it's a Papaloski food.
On that note, we go for a quick break.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Uphold durable ability, 36 months warranty. Looking for a durable smartphone with top-tier features? Meet the Oppo Reno 13 F5G.
A Depabefi with IP69 water and dust resistance, it survives 2-meter submersion for 30 minutes. Won't pay away now per day.
The Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 ensures top performance, while the 5,800 milliamp battery on 45 watt fast charging keep you powered all day. When it doom so in your Symbium.
Enjoy a 6.67-inch 120Hz AMOLED display and a 50 megapixels triple camera. Plus, get a free branded bottle for a limited time.
Visit any Oppo retail outlet or Telefonica store or call 0540-104-881 for more details.
Oppo durable ability, 36 months warranty.
As a busy professional, I struggled with back and neck strain from long hours at my desk. To improve my focus, productivity, and well-being, I sought expert advice from the CEO of Expert Office Furnish.
After being in the furniture business for 25 years, I can tell you two things that causes back pain in the workspace: bad sitting posture and not sitting on a good chair. I recommend to you the Genevia Beeper chair, the chair that helps you to sit right. When you don't sit right, it beeps for you to be able to sit right. The next will be the Enjoy chair. It takes every body shape and size. Buy a chair that will support your back and give you that comfort to be able to deliver on your job.
Expert Office Furnish offers molding furniture for comfort, productivity, and style. From seating to customized solutions, plus interior decoration services, they've got it all. Find them off the Atomic Hills Estate Road in Ashonman or call 0571 386602 on Facebook and Instagram at Expert Office Furnish.
Kids, no running. They grow up so fast.
Come here, guys. Who wants to watch their favorite show on GoTV?
Your family's favorite moments are made better with GoTV's shows. We've got loads of local, international, and kids channels, and all the football you need from the comfort of your home.
You can also watch your favorite shows wherever you are with GoTV Stream. Stick with GoTV and let's go together. GoTV. Love it.
Dear home, no interest for 2 years. Are you ready to step into your dream home? With Lakeside Estate's exclusive offer, you can own your own home in just 2 years with no interest payment. This offers you affordable payments, flexible home purchase plan, quality homes, and lifestyle change. Choose from a variety of beautiful homes in any of Lakeside Hills clusters. Your future awaits you. Imagine living in a home you love with the freedom to invest in your dreams without the burden of interest. As your CIMG Real Estate Company of the Year for the 4th time, we offer you hassle-free home acquisition. Call us today on 020-477-5043 or 020-477-5042. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Call us now to learn more and schedule a tour for our available homes. T&C supplied. Make your dream a reality. Lakeside Estate. Quality homes for all.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It's a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Electroland Extravaganza Easter Promotion no Emanin Chow ho. Water na wunya discounts ewa ye Samsung Easter Promotion na ye media Easter bonanza ni die diusa hodu obebre. Say adie ubenya Nasco Bena e free 499 Ghana cedis na so 1599 cedis a ubenya 32-inch Nasco LED TV na ye Nasco top mount freezers ni die e start free 1799 Ghana cedis na ye Nasco chest freezer no 2000 2,599 Ghana cedis pay. Ubenya free desktop computer. So what ye Nasco 6 kg, 7 kg, 8 kg, and now 10 kg washing machine. Kan wo na kwa ye showroom se wo Ghana fan nyina na chedie ne buso. Nemo minhyehyɛ kakra wo ho. Electroland Ghana Limited. Biaye ba kwa e wo nemu nyama efe na ne bo dafem.
So you need a vehicle tracking system to manage your fleet. But how do you choose the right company for real results? Most tracking companies just sell you a system and leave you on your own. But at Instroma GPS, we go beyond that. With expert consultation, real-time tracker monitoring, emergency support, and constant updates, we make sure you maximize savings and efficiency. Join hundreds of businesses that trust Instroma GPS for world-class fleet management. Call 024-676-7662 now for a free demo. Instroma GPS. Your choice, your savings.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
After 9, 97.3 City Breakfast Show. I am here with Bernardino Kokwable, Samuel Thomas. My name is Caleb Kuda. If you're tired of HR headaches, simplify your business with Hot Jobs Africa. As your one-stop HR shop, we handle recruitment, labor outsourcing, expatriate management, consultancy services, and corporate training. We offer staff basing and 100% staff support to boost productivity, so don't let HR hassles hold you back. Contact Hot Jobs Africa today. Call us 0303-980-362. WhatsApp 0204-336-004. Email info@hotjobsafrica.org. Website hotjobsafrica.org. Hot Jobs Africa. Think HR, think Hot Jobs Africa. And if you're looking to make your Easter unforgettable, escape to luxury with African Regents Easter Escape packages available from April 18th to 21st this year. Enjoy delicious food and a kids-friendly corner this Palm Sunday brunch on April 13th at 570 Ghana cedis, and Easter Sunday brunch on April 20th at 630 Ghana cedis. Both at Muchia Restaurant with live music from the African Glorious Choral. Enjoy a nice stay with half board, a complimentary upgrade to a club room, movie tickets, a plush Easter bunny, and a relaxing couples spa treatment, all for just 4,880 Ghana cedis. You can also stay for 2 nights at 7,900 Ghana cedis. Enjoy even more luxury, including a delicious 3-course Easter buffet dinner. Gather the family for an unforgettable Easter getaway. Our family of 4 package offers 2 nights in a luxurious executive suite, full board Easter baskets and movie tickets, and your little ones will love the special kids corner at the Easter Sunday brunch. Book now. Call us 0302-276-5161 or 026-826-5386. Email mkt@african-regent-hotel.com. The African Regent, simply Afropolitan. Alpha Delta Pharmacy, Ghana's first drive-through pharmacy, is pleased to announce that it will run its regular 24-hour service all throughout the Easter weekend from Good Friday right through to Easter Monday. Enjoy our drive-through service where you will be served from the comfort of your car. Alpha Delta Kolebu branch will also run its usual 24-hour service, while Alpha Delta Laboni branch will be open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. All Alpha Delta branches offer pickup or delivery services, so contact 055-1400-999. Alpha Delta Pharmacy wishes all cherished clients a very happy Easter weekend. So Bernard, to our friend BB.
Before we go there, so
Right.
just wanted to remind listeners of two important things. So in the month of June, as part of our business festival, we will create a platform for fresh food. This is not cooked food, but it's like a market to try and bring together people who produce all types of food with those who want to buy
Fresh farm produce.
Fresh farm produce, that's what it's called. So we are not selling cooked food, fresh farm produce. And this time we are not going to do price hikes. So basically, you have a poultry farm, you have a potato farm, you have a rice farm, you have produce that you want to let people see where to get from as well. So this is very important. And we'll be setting that up in the month of June. We'll give you more details later on. Number two,
three actually.
No, number two, still on announcements.
Okay.
I just launched a small business plan competition
Yes.
for undergraduate students.
Yes.
And I want at most 5 pages of a business plan to help me. And this is the problem I have. Somebody's offered me, and this is actually a true story, somebody's offered me 30 pieces of chicken for 130 cedis if they are not dressed, or 140 if they are dressed. And basically, I want to create a business. So I need a business plan. A business plan that basically brings, it's not just to solve this particular problem, but basically to create a proper business out of this. How should I go about it? And I really need some advice. So if you're a student listening, send me a business plan. You can actually just do it and change it to PDF and WhatsApp it to our number.
Okay.
So to make it easy.
Okay.
So do your 5-page business plan with your name on it, your phone number, and your school.
Solid.
And just WhatsApp it to 054-998-6996. WhatsApp the PDF document. Send it to us. And we will do a review of the business plans received on the 25th of April. So that is next 2 weeks Friday.
Solid.
Next Friday is Easter. So the Friday after Easter, when I come with some men's, we will just go through the top 3 or 4 business plans, and then we'll offer you some internship connections with people. So if you're a student who is interested in an internship connection, please do a business plan for this, my business. Here's my last message that I need you to help me. So my name is Bibi. A friend of your classmate and also somebody you know. I'm reaching out with a heavy heart and a deep sense of disappointment over recent developments at the Ghana Maritime Authority, where I've served diligently for the past 19 years, including my national service. Last week, without any prior notice or reason, my appointment, along with those of 5 other senior management members, was terminated by a letter from the Secretary to the President. We were not accused of any wrongdoing, nor were our performances in question. The only apparent justification is that we held these positions during the tenure of the previous administration. In my case, I was not a political appointee. I rose through the ranks by merit, hard work, and consistent performance, something the entire maritime industry, both locally and internationally, can attest to. At just under age 45, I still have much to offer this country. Yet, despite my commitment, professionalism, and loyalty to Ghana, I've been cast aside for no other reason than presumed political affiliation. It's painful, not just on a personal level, but because of what this means for public service in our country. It sends a chilling message that competence and dedication do not matter, and that every technocrat is ultimately dispensable if they are perceived to be aligned with the wrong political era. And wrong is in quotes. This is not just about me. It's about a dangerous precedent that threatens to undermine our national institutions and drive away a generation of public servants who simply want to serve Ghana. I chose to stay and serve when others left for greener pastures. Today, I find myself asking whether that decision was a mistake. I know your platform has always stood for fairness, accountability, and national interest. I'm sharing this not for sympathy, but in the hope that voices like yours will help draw attention to this growing politicization of our public institutions. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Now, as I say, I haven't engaged further beyond this. And interestingly, I saw this after I interviewed the Labour Minister. And he said that there are 12,000 people had been appointed after December, but this guy is not part. So I didn't see this before, but I think the GMA, Maritime Authority, is a special case that needs to be looked into. Because the minister said to me that they have a committee looking to review all these appointments. But this guy doesn't fall in that group. He's been there for 19 years. But for some reason, he's been sacked. And he and his other colleagues who've been working there for a long time. So I don't know if I need more information to push this further, or how should we deal with this matter?
First of all, I think it's not a fair practice, and both political parties have taken turns in perpetuating this this agenda, which is so unfair. Okay, MPP did it ruthlessly. NDC is even scaling it up in a more bizarre manner. And normally they forget that they are sowing seeds that they will reap. Because you see, if you don't apply wisdom to the way you approach this thing, you are only setting traps for the people you are appointing today. Trust me, they won't be any different. Okay, there has to be a human face to it. As a person, I disagree with the quick fix appointments that would be made after 7th of December. Okay, unless there are special cases, maybe in the professional sector like the medical area, teaching area, nursing, But this quick fix one is a no-no. But for somebody who's been working, doing their work, especially even before the former government came in, you come, I don't like the way you look because you were closer to the former MD, so you have been dismissed. It's just not fair. And what you are doing is setting traps for the people you are. Listen, no matter what you do, if we don't apply a human face to this, okay. I like the way the communications minister Sam George came to explain his own why he had to let them go. You understand? But the arbitrary nature of I have sacked you because I don't like you is so inhumane and unfair.
This particular letter, I'm sure, was signed by the secretary to the president.
Yes, for the Maritime Authority.
Yeah, which means that it's coming from the top. You understand? And
do they have some information we don't have?
That's the point I'm making, that unless there's something we don't know, because in the case, for instance, in the case of communication ministry, he went on certain platforms to explain in detail. And by the time they are done with the explanation, you can't help but to agree. That's a different situation. But the situation where I have sacked you because we are in power thing is too toxic and unnecessary. So now when you sack him and later you come and tell us that you are creating jobs for people who don't have jobs, you want us to believe you?
I'm being told that this Maritime Authority one was actually a decision taken by the new CEO on the basis that when he got there, he realized that there were too many staff, and a lot of them he did not believe were doing anything. So this is what I'm being told now. So it's like he felt that the place was overstaffed and a lot of them were redundant, which is why he took the decision. Now, we don't know what process he used to arrive at who to add, which is what he's saying. That I think that the person, whether it's Director General or CEO or whatever of the Maritime Authority, needs to have a more scientific way of doing it. Because you cannot have somebody working in a place for 19 years. 19 years is 2002 or 2003. To sack such a person,
there has to be a scientific way of doing it.
Evaluating, even if they are not.
We've heard of places where staff had been so overloaded in public institutions to the extent that you get to an office that can physically accommodate 5 people. There are 15 people. Some of them don't have chairs.
It's serious.
Chairs in the office.
And I think that there should be naming and shaming. You see, it's unfortunate that you have to sack the employees, become the victims.
They pay the price.
The people who cause the mess, they are sitting there reading graphic.
So how does he go about it? So if you are the DG of this organization and you take over and you realize that there are maybe the place overstaffed by say 1,000, based on an evaluation, do you share the results of the evaluation to say that this is the objective reason why I'm sacking you? or do you come up with some? You get it? Because he also feels like
it's important that you share, because you see, this person, for instance, a BB person, from the way he's communicating, seems to me like he's somebody who's he's
a serious guy.
A serious guy.
Yeah.
Now, if he's looking for a job somewhere, and he is able to articulate the reasons why he was made to leave, as written by yourself, I think that it will give him some credit. That he hasn't been sacked for any negative reason. Right. He can put the political undertone inside. You understand? But the thing is, if I've been there for 19 years, from the 19 years that I've been there, within that period, another 800 people have been employed. Some of them at my level. How come I'm the first person to be made to leave? It raises questions.
Yeah. So for you, from a follow-up point of view, probably need to let the DG know that this has come on air, and also the Minister for Employment, to see if they can deal with it.
Yes, but it's curious that it came from the Flagstaff House. It's curious that
my producer is telling me that it did not come from the Flagstaff House, but this is what this person is saying. My producer is saying that it was a DG's decision.
So the letter was not signed by the President's Secretary.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, that would be very curious.
I don't believe
that would be very, very curious that the President's Secretary signs a letter
to sack somebody. I don't think that's correct.
Not the boss, not the deputy, but that would be very strange.
Yes, so I think Fred is right. This was from the company, but I think because it happened within that whole system. He said his letter was signed by the Secretary to the President.
Well, that's very curious.
And then I need to know his
That's
position.
very curious.
Then we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So three issues for today. Fire service. Your point is that if they will take any money to retool fire service,
complete overhaul of the fire service.
Good.
Including the curriculum for training firemen. We need to upgrade it and start taking some of the fire service personnel to other countries for training.
Right. So retrain.
Yes.
Maybe welfare too, because a lot of them
it comes with it.
But the public has not yet embraced the suggestion to pay more.
It's the duty of the politicians to convince the public in a logical manner, not the e-levy approach.
So the chicken know how.
Yeah, brothers.
No, we are embarking on a chicken journey.
Okay, so we'll take a very quick break. By the time we're back, if you don't hear some else and better, it means they've started the chicken journey.
We have the Pharmaceutical Society
from the Pharmaceutical Society. We'll be bringing you that conversation shortly. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Babe, trust me, I've seen bigger, wider.
How big?
So big!
Hey! Friday, 11th April is the official launch of the new So Big Electromart showroom, Atomic Junction. Come, turn on the modern life.
The Accra Healing and Deliverance Crusade is here. God takes his people and put them in charge. Ministering Dr. Pastor Paul and Becky Eninche, all the way from Glory Dome in Abuja, Nigeria. The Dominion, date 10th and 11th of April 2025. Venue, LWAC Sports Stadium. Song ministration, Emoji, Ankalato, Kofi Boham, Prophet Okebe, Prosper Otimana, and Minister Mark Frank. Also happening live is the Workforce and Ministers Conference, happening at the Accra International Conference Center at 9 a.m. on the 11th of April. Free shuttles to the venue will be available. For more information, call 0257 765 546. The Accra Healing and Deliverance Crusade. Be there.
Are you ready to transform the way your organization handles audits? Introducing Arbitas Data Analytics and Audit Vision AI, your ultimate solutions for smarter, faster, and more efficient audit processes. Arbitas dives deep into your data for insights and automates your analytic processes, while Audit Vision AI is an advanced AI-powered assurance audit and risk management solution tailored for audit, internal control, compliance,
and risk management. For more details on Audit Vision AI and Habitus Analytics, call 0247681899 or send us an email at info@isevolutionsconsult.com. IS Evolutions Consult, your trusted audit solutions partner.
Hi, Mom, it's me, Kwame.
Hey, Kwame, how are you?
Mom, I'm fine, oh.
Okay.
You know something?
No, tell me.
I'm looking for a complete furniture set for my new place.
Kwame, I've told you before, the only one place you should go, eh?
Yeah, Mom, but I need a mattress to fit my bed.
Ash Foam.
I need a bed to fit my room.
Ash Foam.
What about a sofa where go relax my body?
Ash Foam.
Wardrobes to fit all my clothes?
Ash Foam.
What about linens and pillows for sweet dreams?
Kwame, Ash Foam.
Mommy, that I feel you. Ash Foam all the way. For mattresses to beds, sofas, wardrobes, linens, pillows, and more, don't waste time and visit any Ashram showroom across the country or call our hotline at 0243 200 729. Ashfoam. Feel it, know it.
Unbelievable is yours to own with DSTV. Get unbelievable local entertainment with Shakai Lemba, Nigerian Idol, and Big Brother Niger.
Some forgettable nights.
Catch unbelievable sporting moments from the Premier League, La Liga, F1, and more.
Absolutely sensational.
Laugh along with unbelievable kids' edutainment like Paw Patrol. And experience unbelievable international shows like Law and Order and Lioness Special Ops.
Let's go!
Download the My DSTV app today and own the unbelievable.
Easter weekend with a promise to live life at Peduasi Valley Resort. Begin the weekend with sumptuous Good Friday special buffet as you groove to live band music. Then on Saturday, it's time to splash away. Join the ultimate pool party at Peduasi Valley Resort. Live DJs spinning the best tunes, a bouncy castle, cotton candy, and your kids' favorite cartoon characters for extra fun. Plus delicious lunch and dinner buffet. On Easter Sunday and Monday, we celebrate the restoration with grand feasts fit for royals. Stay in sync with our classic room promos and relax with our soothing spa offers. All this and so much more at Peduasi Valley Resort this Easter weekend. For reservations and inquiries, call 0540-125-555 or 0540-125-554. Peduasi Valley Resort. Live life.
Charlie, where are you?
Bossman, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
51 after 9, and our friends from the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana join us in the studio for the maiden Pharma Excellence Awards. Welcoming into the studio Reverend Farm Jonathan Mate. He's the chairman of the PSGH Pharma Excellence Awards Committee, and Farm Dr. George Anagli, publicity team member, Pharma Excellence Awards. Gentlemen, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So this is the very maiden awards.
The first of the first.
Oh, why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long?
You plan to launch out.
Okay.
Exactly. So if you don't plan well, and you launch out,
and you dry out,
you will not have the right impact.
Interesting.
So I believe the PSGH has taken all this while to study the landscape and come out of something that will reflect what the pharmaceutical industry at large in Ghana is doing.
Okay.
But the focus is to honor excellence.
Mm.
And excellence, they say, is a moving target.
Okay.
So what is excellent today, tomorrow may be obsolete.
Right.
So this maiden award is just a startup.
Right.
For continuous celebration of excellence year after year.
I get it. And I guess this is nationwide. It's national. It's not just Accra.
No, it's nationwide.
It's
wow.
nationwide.
So you are awarding excellent pharmacists across the country.
Exactly.
Across the country.
Wow. Where's this?
Various sectors. Various sectors.
Okay.
Because, the pharmaceutical supply chain, all right, has a lot of players. From the start, research and development, through formulation, then manufacturing,
right,
packaging,
distribution,
dispensing,
storage,
dispensing,
right,
and all these hard-working institutions and individuals needs a tap on their shoulders.
Interesting. Then you have a lot of people to award tonight.
Yes, 23 categories, I think.
23 categories.
Yes.
Wow. What are some of these categories?
So we have the CEO of the year.
Okay,
yes,
CEO of the year.
We have the brand of the year. The community pharmacist of the year.
Community pharmacist.
Exactly. The hospital pharmacist of the year.
Right.
The Young Achievers Awards.
Okay.
And then we have the Lifetime Achievement.
Oh.
So you see, we took into consideration the young generation.
Like yourself. And the lifetime like Reverend. I get it.
So yes. So we have excellence in pharmacy practice, excellence in pharma, the health systems and administration.
Okay.
We have the academic pharmacist of the year.
Academic pharmacist of the year.
Exactly. And then we have the industrial pharmacist of the year.
Interesting. Because for some time I've been seeing Early Pharmacists Association, which my good friend Reginald is president, I believe. So I'm sure they will also be making a presence tonight.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is happening at Mövenpick Ambassador Hotel.
Definitely.
You have a theme. Who are some of your guests coming? Tell us a bit about that, please.
Definitely, you can't have such a occasion without the presence of high-profile personalities.
Right.
Both from the political structure, captains of industry,
correct,
international organizations
right,
that are health-related.
Solid.
So definitely, we're getting Honorable Minister for Health.
Okay, Kwabena Kando.
And then
right,
his counterpart at the Ministry of Trade and Industry.
Oh, trade and agribusiness.
Yeah, because the pharmaceutical sector cuts across those two ministries.
Okay.
Trade, pharmaceutical trade, pharmaceutical manufacturing. So definitely, these sector ministries are foundational pillars for the pharmaceutical landscape. And therefore, their presence is extremely important.
And I'm guessing that this award ceremony will also demonstrate the level of excellence of Ghanaian pharmaceutical companies and justify why government must do more to push Ghanaian pharmaceutical society, especially the manufacturers, to do more, Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, one of the awards is excellence in pharma manufacturing.
Okay.
And in the West Africa sub-region, and I would dare even say on the African continent, the pharmaceutical sector in Ghana is well respected.
Right.
I mean, that's why making Ghana the manufacturing hub is one of the policy trusts. I mean, as far as our national development is concerned, if you even take regulation, because one of the criteria is pharma excellence in pharma regulation.
Yeah.
And on the continent, FDA stands very strong.
Solid.
Because this pharmaceutical supply chain, all right, without regulatory oversight, is an abomination. Without regulatory oversight, anything at all can get onto the market.
True.
All right. So even this award is recognizing
regulators as well in the value chain. Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining a lot of black ties of my pharmacist friends, gowns and all of that, and Mövenpick tonight.
Ties as well.
You understand?
Yeah, very
and some shiny shoes and glistering kutus and gowns tonight.
Exactly.
And of course, it will also be graced, I believe, with good Ghanaian music.
Ooh, tell me about it.
To make the evening quite scintillating.
With some good food too.
Yes.
No, Charlie, am I invited?
You can pass through.
Can we come and watch some? We want to come and see how pharmacists ball.
We'll give you a ticket. Don't worry, we can pass through.
So who is coming? Who gets to be there? Who can be a part?
So we put out forms, put out tickets that individuals can come. Companies can come. So we did it in the form of category. So we have a table of 10 people, and you pay some money and come for the program. And then per head, there's also a ticket for you to come. So everybody can come. Anybody at all can come. Yeah. So just get a ticket and just
that's interesting.
Come and enjoy.
I have to make some calls because I've not been informed about this until now. Very important. I'm sure I'll be doing driving in and out of Mervyn Peak tonight. But yeah. So finally, tell us, give us your final words. What should Ghanaians make of pharmacists and your profession when we see you? How should we reflect on the industry, and what kind of support can institutions like the government and other parastatal agencies give to the pharmaceutical society in Ghana?
Okay. Pharmacy profession, and pharmaceutical sciences, pharmacy education, the pharmaceutical industry is a strategic sector of the economy. Worldwide, the pharmaceutical industry is known to be one of the greatest employers, largest employers.
Right.
It's at the forefront of science.
Right.
So I'm not surprised government takes the pharmaceutical industry as a whole a very strategic industry because it touches on health. It's one of the areas where science is advancing. We all know what happened during the COVID pandemic.
Correct.
It took the pharmaceutical and the medical profession to step in. So if we can keep the pharmaceutical industry, pharmacy practice, the pharmacy profession alive in this country, we are creating hope for the future.
Excellent.
Without that, we'll be in big trouble.
Reverend, thank you. Pharm Dr. George Anagli, also publicity team member on the Pharma Excellence Awards. Thanks for passing through, gentlemen. And we wish you a very successful awards night later tonight, right? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
At top of the hour, you heard Reverend Pharmacist Jonathan Mate, Chairman, PSGH Pharma Excellence Awards Committee, and Pharm Dr. George Anagli, publicity team member, Pharm Excellence Awards.
Losing composure, I really need to focus. There's something inside you, I've been what you want right now. In fact, I'm on my way right now. So tell me if you did like I really did for you. Oh, like I did for you.
That's all time will allow us for. My name is Caleb Kuda. Arba Baining is in the studio for the news at 10. Thanks for making a date with us later this morning. Dynamic Friday comes your way. But now, Oyokote. Thank you. Keep your dial here. Have a blessed weekend. Good morning, Arba.
Good morning,